Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody.
And I am Aminata. Can you hear me? Hi. I'm Aminata.
Babe.
Jody.
Hey, Jane, struck that.
Jody got to watch a full, controlled meltdown.
Wow. Aminata is a boss bitch. We'll get into shh, quiet. Bosses are working very hard, and we're very afraid of our assistants. All right. We're going to get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into it in a second.
All right. Should we get into some housekeeping?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's go. Let's check out Robin's kitchen. That's not going to up my anxiety.
All right. Well, we thought we were having, first of all, oh my God, I'm like, just blinking to Kara Berry from Everyone's Missing Line, but she's going to come on with us next week for the finale.
I sent her this long email, thanks for coming on. Here's our hot topics if you want to choose one. And she wrote back, she's like, hey, so I'm actually scheduled for next week. And I was like, both of us did not catch it at all.
Hey, that's all right. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Kara's just like old friend of the show. We just pick up wherever we left off.
Yeah. So she'll be finale.
Hey, check out Patreon. Let's blast this real quick because I'm so excited. And someone's going to get back to court today. I mean, no one's going to analyze this trial without me. All right. So coming up on Girl Dinner this week, men versus bear. Who would we rather be in a forest with? What man, what bear? What bear's going to leave us with, lingering self-doubt, self-control. We need a man in the forest to help us, followed by more men that are going to help us move on patreon.com/love-to-hate-TV, season 13, episode 2, Divided We Move. Yes, we are upon the season where Cody Brown literally gaslights his entire family.
He tells us
mentally, physically with the grill.
Yeah, talking heads. He's like, so I'm gonna manipulate these ladies into doing what Robin wants, basically.
Yeah, I was like, wait, why are we going again? We liked Cottonwood, but we're buying this one. But wait, the best part is when they buy the property for not only more than what they wanted to pay for. Hey, Christine, you might not want the kids to play with that. That's plague. Has plague.
We looked it up.
Out of the price range.
Close. It's further away from the town.
Oh, and they won't put in the utilities for them.
That's right. Yeah.
Sounds like a win-win-win.
But they're lifting the CCNRs, which is great.
Right. All right. And last but not least, Total Request Podcast, an old throwback of Sally, Jessy, Raphael, and but I tell you, men. And please be checking out Pod in the City. If you're not listening, watch. I'm doing my kettlebells while I listen to you guys live in your pods.
Joining in on our lives.
Check it out. There's a link at the bottom.
Featuring John.
You guys are watching and just like that, doing like a live reaction immediately after watching, and it is something. Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right. So check it out. What else? Yeah. What else, Amanda?
Merchandise, right?
You got it. Sorry, Sarah Sweet says my top 3 men: Joan, Mr. Rogers, and Pete Buttigieg. Pete could definitely read me, and it will hurt because it will be so smart and so accurate.
Well, you really focused on would this person be able to get us out of the woods safely? And I'm like, that's not really what this is, though.
Oh,
who do you think you'll like live if you're stuck in like the woods with them?
Oh, for sure. Beakerface says Jacob a man. And the comments is in the top 3. Okay, Amanda, let's get into some hot topics, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
Oh, right. Amanda. This was a big talk of the town in my house last night when it's just Paige and I are the only women right now and 4 men. No one was interested in last night's Tony Awards. And we were able to watch it live because, Amanda, why? We got Paramount Plus.
That's right. That's right. There was a little delay, and that's fine. My dad kept asking me, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Like, it's buffering. Yeah, my dad came over. I was really razzing him the whole night. He's always negging me. So I was like throwing it back at him. I'm like, oh, like, because he like loves Glee, Darren, Chris. I was just making the like bitchiest comments to him all night. Like Leah was up there and I was like, hey, there's your Leah. And he's like, oh, she looks so happy to be there. And I was like, yeah, she probably was just backstage like calling someone the N-word. So she's in a great mood. And then Darren, Chris,
for sure.
And my whole thing all night was like about like my dad said something like oh, like, how do you think they feel once they're finished numbers like this? How do you think like Jonathan Gross feeling? And I was like, they're all the men are in great moods because they're all like cheating on their wives. And he's like, no, Amanda. And Nicole Scherzinger won. And I'm like, oh, she's wearing a red dress to match her MAGA hat. My dad's like, I don't believe it. Getting so frazzled.
Don't you dare talk about his Nicole like that.
Oh no.
Dom thinks Nicole is very talented. Okay, so walk us through it.
Yeah, it was you didn't watch any of it, even the Hamilton thing?
No, I didn't. Paige was watching it. We were catching up on so many things.
Okay. Well, the Tony Awards are hosted by Cynthia Erivo. And
gorgeous. Jeez.
Yeah, she was stunning. At the end, she sung out the show by being like, oh, I'm just gonna sing us out with And I Am Telling You. And then she just sung it like it was nothing. It was just
wow.
She just like blasted it out. I'm like, this isn't even, she's not even like, she's barely marking it here. She was amazing. She seemed, there's like a good reverence to her where she knows she's the shit. So she's not even trying to be like, she wasn't trying to be self-deprecating or anything. She was like walking around like, yeah, I'm your host and you are all like lucky to be in my presence. And I kind of like that energy.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely watch it on rewatch. Oh, is that a nod to Annie?
It was, I think. This was the best Tony Awards I've seen in years. It was awesome. Like, just really well produced and so many people in the audience that it was just like a nice throwback. My dad wouldn't stop at who's that? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
That's like me. I'm like, they sing. Amanda knows exactly who they are. Give us their full IMDb.
And then I can't just say where someone's from. I need to now list all of their play. Oh, it's Aaron Tveit. Well, what was he in? Is that Aaron Tveit? Is that Aaron? That one looks like Aaron Tveit too. I'm like, oh my god, this is overstimulating for me. But anyway, the biggest part, the most emotional part for me, and most people probably, was the Hamilton reunion, and it was so fun. They came in, they did this great medley, and I also want to give a props to whoever, I assume it was Lynn. Maybe not, but whoever did the arrangement of the like the way they had the songs fade into each other, but everyone got featured except for Anthony Ramos. And that's like a big drama. Cause you know about that thing.
His face? What?
No, not his face.
What?
He was engaged to, I was saying this to my dad.
Oh, yes. And he cheated on her. He got busted cheating.
I'm like, guess what happened? He's like, what? Like, he cheated on her. Anyway, he was like not featured. It was very noticeable. Everyone assumed he wasn't even there, but they just so I don't know if like everyone's like team Jasmine, but I like that. Team Peggy.
Wait, he cheated and they just like dropped him. Okay, this is definitely like a a feminist gay community, because it's like that would be like the first time I think I've ever heard of anyone being like, nope, like we're taking her.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but she's Peggy. Also, I don't know, Lynn seems like a feminist. Lynn would wear a hashtag feminist t-shirt all over the place. But anyway, it was weird. Maybe he's a dick to work with, and this was just everyone being like silently like, yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
I never like caught on the Anthony Ramos thing. I never thought he was like, I don't know, there's just something.
Well, I'll tell you my fave parts here. Well, here's just a couple of features here. The costumes was really cool because they were all like wearing their own clothes, but paying real homage to like they were still in character, but like
to the worst 80s style. Oh, sorry.
I love it. And then Jonathan Groff, this was like, I started crying when this happened because it's like it was happening fast and you just don't even remember how many great songs there is. So he came out as the king and he did his little thingy and the whole audience sung along. What's this? Oh, and then this part right at the end of
she's the bullet.
Yeah, yes, right at the end of the Schuyler sisters. I was like, God, I hope they do that very last part where they're singing that really tight harmony.
Whoa.
So they did that. They all look how good they all look.
Whoa.
So anyway,
I didn't even recognize Philippa. Oh, wait, I think I hear myself in your headphones. Philippa looks like the chick, and I'm not going to remember her name, but she was in the first season of White Lotus, and like every guy says she has the best boobs. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, on the first season of White Lotus.
Yeah, she looks like the character. Yeah.
But this was super cute. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Wow. No, they look gorgeous.
Okay, so that was over, and then it was just all happening so fast. And everyone on stage seemed just so excited to be there, like just excited to be back doing their thing. So right after that ended, it just flashed to Ariana DeBose, and it was just like cool because you're just like, oh, that's right, she was in the original cast, and she's just happy to be up there like in the ensemble doing this. She's a Oscar and Tony winner. Or is she a Tony winner?
Sue and do the thing and do the best.
Yeah.
Have we forgotten about that yet? I don't know.
No. Other notable things that happened was Darren Criss won, and what everyone is saying is, okay, so like I have been razzing my dad all night about how men in theater all cheat on their wives, and then right when Darren Criss won, he like did this whole speech about like, I just want to thank my partner, she's the real hero, and then John, what?
I'm reading this comment. Go ahead, finish, and we'll talk.
Okay. We'll chat. Oh, no, I lost my train of thought. Darren Criss won, and right when he finished his speech, John texted me, how long before Darren Criss cheats on his wife? And then I read that to my dad, and I'm like, Darren Criss is straight. That seems to be what everyone's taking away from this. Like, he's straight. But yeah, I guess. And then John's like, he's like the straightest guy in theater. And I was like, well, tell that to the suit. But either way, he won for maybe happy ending. And my favorite win of the night was Cola Scola, who came dressed as Bernadette Peters when she won for Annie Get Your Gun.
Amazing. I did see the last few seckens of his speech, and it was amazing. Yeah. And so by the way, I was thinking of Alexandria Daddario. Thank you, Lindsay.
So have you seen like the backstage? I sent you that this morning, right? When he was like doing the press thing afterward, and he's like, there's like reporters out there, and then he was like him and the other guy that won, the director. And they're like, wait, hold on. They're about to announce Best Actress. And then so everyone's like listening. And then it was Nicole Scherzinger. And they're like, Nicole. And then Cole and the guy were like, oh, wow. And then Cole just waits a second and he goes, 4 years.
Whoa.
I was like, holy shit. But anyway, that aside, I do want to, just everyone was so proud of Cole because they came really from just doing fucking cabaret. They like scraped their way to this just fully just by themselves, like from the bottom. And like, I've been listening to him for years. He was on Difficult People.
You introduced him to me, I think.
Yeah. So everyone was so excited. You could tell everyone in the audience was so impressed and they wanted this for him so bad.
Oh, I love that. Aaron says Death Becomes Her was robbed.
Totally. I don't know why they did the number that they did. I wish they'd done something with both of the women in it, but either way, Nicole won, but when I said going into this was as long as Audra doesn't win. I don't want Audra to win. I think I've seen all these bootlegs of her and I think she sounds awful. Then Audra comes out and she does Rose's turn. And like by the end, I was like, well, that was the best fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was just like crazy. And John said that too. John's like, I loved it. And we have been both complaining about her all season. So I take back every word I said. That woman is a legend. She's the best Mama Rose.
You always said that you're like, I could be convinced of anything, though. You could be convinced of anything. That's what you said. I forgot what I was sending you. You're like, okay.
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, that's my Tony recap. Everyone should watch it though, especially that.
I was going to say, is it worth rewatching? I was going to.
Yes, it's worth rewatching the entire thing from start to finish because even the bits were really cute. There was nothing cringy, nothing like weird happened. It was great.
Oh, I love that. Oh, good. Yeah, Cole deserves it. I love it.
Okay, well that's it for my Tonys.
Oh,
really quickly next, let's get into this DVR alert that we want to do here really quickly because I think Mandisha posted this on our Facebook group. You guys can join our Facebook group. We love to hate everything, and you just answer the questions, and I'll let you right in. And
I've never seen Aminata smile so wide. What is it?
This comes out on June 26th, I believe, or 24th. Trainwreck Poop Cruise, and this is that on cruise Netflix. That like what happened? It like you got stranded or something, and everyone was like, "What happened?"
Just poop everywhere. Everyone's getting.
They're pooping in buckets. I think they brought in like hazmat suits.
They couldn't flush the poop. I mean, we laugh, but that would be a nightmare, and that is why I will not go on a cruise. Yeah. I'm terrified. Like everything has poo cross contamination. There's no way. And I don't think it's like anyone's fault. There's just no way you can keep that type of space clean and poop free.
I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be a fucking shit show, if you will. So everyone, poop. DVR alert, we will be discussing that. And if it's good enough, we'll maybe do a whole girl dinner about poop.
Yeah, poop is coming up all over. Now I did see this come up and I was going to start watching it and then I've watched the trailer about 6 times, and every time I'm about to play it, I kind of chicken out, and I'm like, I just don't know if I'm in the right mood for that. And it is a documentary series, and I know there's 2 episodes out. The Mortician. Have you started watching this?
No, I hadn't heard of this until I saw this on the list.
Ooh, it is on the list. So it is about and some of you may have started watching this, but I told myself I'm not going to watch because there was only 1 episode out and now there's 2 and I'm worried because it has to do with death and all that. So my guess from the trailer is that it is a mortician that ends up taking bodies and either like selling them for parts or cremating them all at the same time in order to save money. And there's a whole bunch of cases like this. And it's so just morbid and gross. And in the trailer, the dude is like, these people are getting all upset because they say it's their loved ones and all that. I'm sorry, it's not your loved ones anymore. It's just a body. It's like, yeah, but do you want someone else's like dead remains? I don't know about that.
Do you get to see anything weird?
I haven't started watching it yet because every time I like go to do it, I'm like, oh, there's just something like, is this going to make me feel depressed or sad or skeptical? Just like Severance. I gave up on that because I couldn't, it's just so depressing and down. Dawn brings a really good question about the Titan submersible documentary coming out on Netflix.
Every time I see something about that on TikTok or something, I'm like, are we still talking about that? Like, what the fuck? Like every time I see it, aren't you like, why are people still investigating that?
We need to know, Amanda. Just like Neil deGrasse Tyson tells us that we need to know about space in order to learn here. There's another documentary too, though. I think, there is one coming out on Netflix, and then there's another one that's already on either like Max or Hulu or something. And I watched that one, and it's where like the people, they end up testifying in front of the Marine, Navy, Air Force, military people who are in charge of that. Coast Guard, I think. And it was just really scary and depressing and red flags because this dude was going down into it, and they show there's one dude that has like a dirty jobs sort of a show, and they have him going and filming an episode for his show, and then he told Discovery or whatever it was, like, yeah, we're not doing this because this guy's gonna like kill people down there. We're not bringing this thing down. So watch it, but no, you're gonna have a huge pit in your stomach because it was abundantly clear to everyone who worked on it, the guy and everyone else, that it was loud popping every time. That carbon fiber is not meant to go underwater like ever, definitely not more than once, and they were on like their 80th dive. Yeah.
So what are we trying to figure out now at this point now?
Just like talk about how like gross it is when like people you love die and like rich people get to like do what they want with their money and like kill civilians.
You know what I don't, you know why I don't want to watch stuff like that? Because when I'm watching TV, I'm always eating, always. So like I don't want to eat when I'm watching something gross like that.
Yeah, what would that be like? I'm like, just is that like school?
I was like just sitting down and like watching an entire movie or TV show without like eating something.
And on the same hand, I'm thinking about myself because we don't let the kids eat on the couch here because we don't want to ruin our furniture. We do, but we don't let the kids. And I'm like, ooh, is that mean?
No,
because I certainly wouldn't want to do it. Like, really, wouldn't that be like, that would be like severance? It'd be like reporting to a job. Like, I guess I'll just sit here and watch this now.
Jacob says, but she'll fully watch a poop documentary. Yeah, probably. Because at least that's like lighthearted.
Yeah, obviously.
I could eat during a poop documentary for sure. Easily.
Okay, so I am going to start watching, and I'm wondering if anyone else made the same mistake I did, because I want to cue people into a show that is on Showtime. So you got to get Paramount Plus with the Showtime added in. And it's couples therapy. It's listed much like Teen Mom, where you're like, oh, there's a new season. Then you go to find it and you're like, where the fuck is it? So it is a new season, but it is under season 4. So there was a season 4 that was released May of 2024. So you'll look, it'll be like May 2024. And then all of a sudden it's like the 11th episode in there. It says May 2025, and you'll find all the new ones. It's such a great show. Couples therapy with Dr. Orna. I think it can kind of be depressing if maybe, or triggering if you have a lot of the same issues as these people. I think it's just very interesting from like a psychoanalytical point of view. And I think it makes you think about your own self and think about your relationship and how you act with people, and like, oh, holy shit, I kind of do that, or I had an ex that did that. I love it. And if you see it on TikTok, watch
them up on my TikTok, and I always watch them. It really hinges on like, or it borders on like that. It seems scripted to me. Are these actors? Or these are actual people?
No, they're actual.
Maybe it's just really
actual patients. It is. It's actual patients. Very, very well. Like highly, like great production value. And I believe they film like, you know, let's say 6 couples, but maybe only like 4 make the show. So you don't know if you and your partner are going to end up making the show. And they do end up getting into like some really deep stuff that I think can also be very helpful.
Does that guy ever come up for you? I always watch these ones. It's that guy, and he's like, he looks like Tyler Baltiera, and he's like a radio. I think it's like a radio show maybe, and people call, like, it's always men calling in and being like, yeah, so my wife's fat now. Like the guy is just like giving them like advice, but he's like the most feministy man ever. Do you ever see that guy come up?
Therapy Jeff?
Does he look kind of like Tyler Baltiera?
No, Therapy Jeff. I was into him for a while, and then I feel like he got like too big, so he started calling himself Therapy Jeff, and for some reason I don't know. But he looks I thought he was gay, but he's straight, and he looks kind of sickly. Looks very sickly.
Okay, well, either way.
But anyway, check it out. It's great if you're like into any sort of like therapy or self-help or just like psychology. Really watch it. It's excellent. Oh, Dr. John, Dave Ramsey.
Does Dr. John kind of, I think it's Dr. John. He's like Tyler Baltiera, like in a different font, as the kids say.
Ooh, wait, interesting. Nat says, I applied to be on couples therapy. We got a call back for a video interview, but my boyfriend wouldn't do it. Get it. Like,
men ruin everything.
I don't know if I would want to put my stuff out on blast like that, but I don't know. I mean, I think Christine kind of goes there today in today's Browntown, but I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of couples.
Speaking of Tyler Baltiera.
Speaking of big jugs, holy Caitlin. I thought I had some big knockers. Welcome to the club, Kate.
There's a whole bunch of, also that shirt. Can you throw that back up? Does it look like there's like a tear in that shirt? 100%.
Oh, yeah. It's like a, like there should be like a little lace there. It happens with those booby girls.
Yeah, this is a professional promotional photo for their podcast though. So maybe let's fix that before we.
Beggars can't be choosers with our clothes. And also what she has clearly done is what every girl with big boobs does. She pulls on that front tank line to pull it up and whoopsie daisy, your thumb goes through that elastic when you're trying to.
I don't have those, but I always on all my pants with like the hooks on like those side hooks always have like a.
Yes. Actually, you know what? I wanted to ask, where do you buy any cheaper? Now, I love bare necessities for big girl boob bras. Okay. Like any shape and size bras or small. Where do you find them on TikTok? Because I'm coming across the Hsia, HSIA bras, but those are all minimizing. I don't necessarily want minimizing because those flatten and separate. I want together and up. Where do you find those? Thank you.
Do you actually want that though? Because I got a couple bras.
I do.
Like, together and up, and when I walk around like that, I'm like, I feel like I am just walking around naked right now. It's like badoom.
Oh, that's cute. Walking around naked because your boobs are just naturally up here.
No, with the bra. Without a bra, they're like pointed down.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is I don't like having my boobs up and pushed like visibly. I don't want like, Jennifer Samardin to become.
Yeah, interesting. Now, if you go to Bare Necessities, I just love, I think they have like very good, nice quality, like good bras there. And they have a great bra finder. So you can pick your shape boob. Like, do you have bell shape? There's all different shapes, shape, sizes, and lifts. Okay. Honey Love. All right. We got this. Like, I need those mid-range letters in the alphabet bra.
I gotta say,
exactly which ones.
Love this chat because a couple months ago I asked this exact same question, but for a different purpose. I was like, my sensory issues are really bad now, and I just want a bra that's like bra-ish, but not a sports bra. And y'all like sent me a whole bunch of pictures wearing it right now. It's not sexy in any way, but it's like it feels like I'm not wearing it.
Who's got time for that, please?
I mean, who cares? Who am I trying to impress? I said that to my mom the other day on the phone. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting Botox. My mom's like, well, I've heard a lot of horror stories. I'm like, first of all, from who?
Name them.
Yeah, name them. But then at the end of the conversation, I was like, yeah, maybe I won't. I'm like, who the fuck am I trying to impress? A man? And then she was like, Amanda.
You really should get some Botox, Amanda. Like, she doesn't
like when I make the no boyfriend jokes because she does not want me to die alone. She does not. She wants me to have a companion, as she would say. But yeah, so the chat's great. So yeah, you can message us to amandajody1@gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's the email that we chose instead of, LTHE pod or Amanda Jody podcast. No, Amanda Jody 1.
Well, at least we didn't have great ideas like Cate and Tyler.
Oh yeah, back to
chat.
Cate
What they're up to.
Okay, Cate and Tyler, what's going on with them? Okay, so these two. So have we all heard about? I might have dumped this last episode, but you know that Caitlin got catfish.
Yeah. Speaking of catfish.
Yeah, and boobs.
Oh,
that's how we got on. Oh, you know what? Back to that picture of them looking awkward in her bra. Yeah, sure. I wish you and I lived together because my dream is to take one of those TikTok videos where it's like where you're trying to take good pictures of two friends running and you have to like you sent one to me.
Yes, where it's like I don't think we've ever seen my best friend or my husband or my partner run at full speed.
No, not that. It's like how to get the perfect like candid picture of two people laughing.
Yes. So it's like what would you call that? Like almost like Gallup.
Yeah,
like
it's
a very short, quick Gallup. Like
and you have to like laugh while looking at each other. So you are kind of laughing, but then all the pictures afterward look amazing.
Yeah.
They look perfect.
I'm like, I might just start walking down the grocery store aisle everywhere like that for the small chance that we end up as that person in like the 60 Minutes report of like Americans who eat too much carbohydrates in their diet often have chafing thighs. And there's Jody down the street doing my you just have to walk like that forever.
I think your mic turned off when you did. Your mic is off now.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, back 10 minutes ago to Caitlin and Tyler. Caitlin got catfish, right? By I think her name is like Jenna. I already know this. Carly's friend Jenna reached out
to minor aged Carly.
Reached out to Caitlin, and then all the text backs, I guess, spoiler alert, this person was a catfish. This is not anyone that actually knows Carly, but Caitlin engaged in several back and forths with this girl. And in these texts with the girl, because Jenna, I think, revealed all these. In these, the back and forths are pretty damning, if you ask me. Because in it, Caitlin's like, yeah, you can give Carly that. Me and Tyler have a secret email that, and then we have a bunch of burner accounts that we like track her. And then Jenna's like, you guys should just show up to her church when she's singing. And Caitlin's like, yeah, we always talk about that. Like, just really. And then she's like, are you sure that you know? Like, I don't think that you actually know Carly, because she says, I don't actually believe you because I've been talking to Carly's other friends and they say that they don't know a Jenna. So she's been talking to like several of Carly's actual friends. So then came out like a week later that guess what?
This is stalking.
Yeah, fully stalking. Tyler has also been catfished by Jenna and also talking to a bunch of other minors, girls. They've both been catfished. So they're like doing it together. And like, okay, so the Caitlin's text to Jenna were revealed. And there was like 4 or 5. Tyler, a 32-page story, 32 screenshots of this conversation with him. And then in it, he's like, yeah, we don't really believe that Jenna girl, or I think it's like stuff like that. So then Caitlin and Tyler went and did like a live or something where they're addressing it. And they've come into this as if us, the audience, are like, we could tell you guys knew that you were being catfished. Like, and they're like, that, you guys, yeah, I know that was really fishy. That's why we kept asking Jenna, like, are you Jenna? Because like I didn't believe her at all. I'm like, what are you doing right now? What are you saying?
Much like Meri Brown, they're saving Carly from the people trying to tear their family apart.
Whew! I mean, this is not good. I've never been on Brandon and Teresa's side, but like, if they went and got if they pressed charges on these two, I would applaud. They honestly should.
I mean, legally and morally, you have no right to be any part of Carly's life anymore. Bye-bye. Like,
I think they're overstepping a bit, but like, it just seems like they're just really talking to, they've never grown up, the two of them. They're talking to several of Carly's friends, and like, they have all this shit set up, like secret accounts and stuff.
Well, like, honestly, they're no different than any other person who would be doing this to Carly. This would be like you and I reaching out to Carly to be part of her life. They don't have any sort of like right to anything of hers.
But then the Jenna girl was kind of trying to even tell them, like, you know, Carly knows, and I told you, like, I'd facilitate it if Carly wanted you to reach out. So it almost kind of, in some messages, seems like the Jenna catfish is actually doing like an act of service. Like, hey, I'm one of Carly's friends, and she, she told me she doesn't want to fuck with you, but they're not backing down. So.
Yeah, get the hint. Read the room.
This is a whole Teen Mom corner, guys. So get ready here. Buckle in. Next, we got Javi, who I lovingly call
tell me. I'm seeing this everywhere, but I don't understand what the whole freaking deal
First of all, it looks like he's like on vacation, like in front of like a tiki hut, and he decided to
where is he?
Live. But he jumped on this live. By the way, him and Lauren, is her name Lauren? Either married or engaged, by the way. So she
still
did not
this is still that chick.
The one that he cheated on while she was postpartum, and she was in the house, and then he had sex with some girl in their bathroom while she was home.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, they waited till she was sleeping. So they're engaged now. So Javi, he also dated Brianna for clout to be on the show. And then Roxanne was like, so pretty good timing. The camera's showing up and you getting here right at the same time, huh? Anyway, so Javi gets on this live and he's just like yelling at us about Kail, and people in the comments are like, stop, dude, you're doing too much. And he's like, no, I'm sick of being silent. I'm sick of this. You don't even know. And then he's talking about how Kailin broke up with her fiance and now she's dating someone else and he's already moving in, and he's, that's not great. But he's like showing all this concern, and meanwhile everyone's like, hey, shut up, Javi. Like you
okay.
You mean nothing.
Okay, so let's break this down. We have Isaac from Joe. Sexy baby from Javi.
Elliot from Joe, by the way. Oh, that's next.
Elliot, sorry. Elliot. Okay, Elliot from Joe. Sexy baby from Javi. Any other from those two?
No.
Okay. What else?
Lux and
Creed.
Isn't there one named Rio? Creed from Chris. I don't know. I don't even know the other ones.
Wow. But she's got 7.
Yeah. One girl with at least 4 baby daddies. Cool.
Okay. So sorry, real quick. Okay. So Joe, Isaac,
Javi.
Or I'm sorry, God damn it. Javi, Chris, new dude.
Yeah.
That just moved out, and new dude.
I don't even know if the new babies were with the new dude, with the fiance. I don't even know if that guy like fathered any of her children.
Okay.
There's a lot of men coming in and out of this house.
There's
so
another dude in there. Yeah. Oh my God.
Javi, look,
the twins are Verse and Valley. Then Rio.
Verse and Valley.
All
right. Fine. But there's a Rio, right? Rio. All right.
All I think of is the movie and the song Rio.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like, honestly, the books that will come out of the House of Kail will be things will
because
Janelle's kids.
Well, I mean, my
Sophia,
God.
baby goo.
People are now saying that Farrah might be the best mom out of all of them. I'm like, why? Just because Sophia's not like pregnant yet? She's a great mom. Like, she's the only one that spends time with her daughter. I'm like, well, is it spending time with your daughter when you bring her along with you on your escort cruise ship?
I was going to say in Dubai, I guess. Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, so, Auntie Chris, Kail did get her tubes, not tied, but removed. So she's out. She's done.
Thank
she got that girl.
God.
Yeah, thank God. So,
I thought that was Canadian wildfire smoke rolling in here. It was tubes being soldered. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Oh, the wildfires are here actually too.
Weather
lastly, Kail's oldest, formerly Isaac, has now come out of the closet. And I'm saying this with all of the true, like, zero judgment, because I've been saying from the beginning, oh, this baby's gay. Like that, you could tell, like, as a baby that this, because he's a sensitive, nice, wonderful child. So everyone just kind of knew. But we'll go with he for now. But he came out and on Kail's podcast, and he wants to go by Elliot now, which I think is his middle name. And then he said it's not that he didn't like the name Isaac. It's just that he wanted to have this is the new me, and I want to use like a different name. Fine, whatever. That's like, the least offensive thing you could be doing. You're annoyed by it?
Okay. I think do whatever.
One-on-one.
Do whatever the heck you want to do. Now, Mandisha says, educate me. Why is Isaac now Elliot? Aside from new dude having the same name. Like,
I think it's his middle name, but you should watch this interview because wow, I would love to get your opinion on it, because it's Isaac and Kail with blankets sitting across from each other on a big couch. And it's just him.
Okay, well, I can't fault the blanket because if there's no pillows, there's a blanket. I will take the cushion that I'm sitting on and put it on my lap.
Obviously. But he takes a moment to say, the most important person to tell was you, and you've always been there for me, and you've been the greatest mom ever. So like, it was landed on a little thick, if you ask me. But it was like nice to see. It's like, well, there you go. Okay. She's a good mom. No one ever said she was a bad mom.
Listen, I mean, I do think that is like the privilege of being a white woman who has a good amount of money. Everyone's like, oh, wow, she's a good mom because she has a nice house. Like any other woman who's got 7 kids from 3 to 5 to 7 dads is probably not getting that same. Like, honestly, if it were Janelle, she's got all her own kids. And I think she could have done worse for herself, considering that she came from her mom, right? What do they call her? Smirnoff Susie or whatever.
That's Kail's mom, yeah.
I think this is a little like indulgent with the like, again, change your name, don't change your name, be whoever you want to be, identify however you want to identify.
Nowadays. They can actually do this.
Yeah, I love it. Don't care. Whatever you want to do in your bedroom, whatever you want next to your name on a piece of paper in a yearbook, like, go for it.
What
I personally wouldn't like throw my kids a party and like I don't think we need to celebrate absolutely every single thing we do and be like, oh my God, that's so unique.
Yeah, no,
like I think if Isaac wanted to change their name, they changed their name. But like I think like you and Mandisha, it's kind of it was like an anticlimactic announcement. I think we were all like,
we expected,
we embraced, I don't want to say accepted, we embraced and we're like, okay, Isaac or Elliot's cool.
I feel the same way about Solomon, by the way. Solomon, I think, is most likely going to be gay. Can't wait to see how that works out. I hope he has a good support system.
Yeah.
But
I mean, fine.
But what was I going to say? Isaac. Oh, what I don't like, the only reason I wish he hadn't done this is that all the comments online are just like, I knew people sucked, but I'm like, are you all coming after this kid for like cutting people or just like calling him like the F word and shit? And like, this is Isaac, who we watch be born on TV and has never even like raised his voice on camera. And like,
they're coming after Isaac Elliot about what?
Like, that fucking F word and like kid never had a chance being raised by that slut. Just all these horrible comments. And then he went to prom with his boyfriend. So people were all over that. And I think the boyfriend may have worn a dress or dressed like kind of not non-binary. So people were all over that. By the way, another thing I was interesting is that Cola Scola wore this Bernadette Peters thing at Tony Awards, and the comments on that too, on like the peoplemagazine.com, are just people like their heads are exploding over it. It's like, all I see is a man in a dress. And I'm like, okay, Cole, you're not hurting.
I feel like, okay, for Elliot going to prom, okay, what were you doing that night that Elliot was going to prom? Amanda, what were you doing the night Elliot was going to prom? What were you doing the night Elliot went to prom?
What was I was probably laying in bed scrolling TikTok and eating.
Yeah, like that is exactly my point. Like, people who get all up in arms over this shit. It's like, okay, what were you doing that night that you're so upset that he went to prom with his boyfriend? You don't even know what you were doing. Like, it affected you in zero way. So why are you getting so upset about it?
It's really crazy seeing some of these comments of people just so ignorant comments, and they're not even funny. That's the other thing, is people are so mad and they're like not funny, these comments. At least be like hilarious. So great. That's our little Teen Mom corner. But before we get into Browntown, Jody, it's time for a dun.
Yeah. You guys know what the time it is. Michael. It's time for our weekly Karen Reed check-in. Now, you guys. Oh,
God.
Last week when we reported to court, you guys told me things are popping off in court, and I was not prepared. I wasn't prepared. I've been trying to get you on board this week, Amanda, like watching this case. Now, when things have been popping off left and right, zigging and zagging. The prosecution has rest. The defense is now presenting their case. Now, you might remember
that was all just prosecution that whole time.
Well, no. The defense has already started to present. So I'm going to go through my list here because I'm trying to remember exactly.
Randy Cat says something just happened that was bad for the prosecution. Jody, I'm behind and not sure what it is.
Can't wait for that. Okay, I'm trying to see what photos uploaded here. Okay, so let me just show you how deep this goes. So we have, I don't know if any of you play this game called Jackbox. It's like an app thing you can do on your TV and like play like with your family or kids or friends or whatever, and you whatever. And in this one game, you have to, have a name and then you draw for yourself. And I'm the pink there. Can you identify what my profile picture is in the pink?
Oh, yeah.
Amanda?
I think that's what that was. I wasn't even sure if this was Karen Reed, but I'm like, it seems like it's probably that house. And then
it is the house. It's John near, thank you. It's John near the flagpole.
Obviously.
With what may or may not have been planted evidence of the tail light around him.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was. Yeah.
Now, in the orange is Adam's profile picture. And I actually thought this was like amazing art if you really look at this. I'm going to check the chat here and see if anyone knows what that is. Oh, good. People know what Jackbox is. So in the orange is... It could be two things. It's kind of like a Rorschach. Oh, people are knowing about HasLong. It is. So did you know this, Amanda? Apparently, okay, you guys, listen. Apparently. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, God. Apparently, Karen Reed has Crohn's disease. Okay. And I don't think that's very funny.
What?
Now, my son, Crohn's disease.
Oh.
And in the text messages that... Here we're going with the photos. See this guy on the far left. He was one of former Detective Proctor's friends who was on a text message. And he received a text message from Michael Proctor, who was the investigator. And he said that in the text message, he didn't say this. Proctor wrote to his high school buddy friends. Proctor's calling us fat in the woods. About Karen Reed has a leaky balloon knot, leaks poo.
Yeah.
Leaky balloon knot leaks poo. So that you could look at that as a leaky balloon knot, or you can look at that as a butt cheek leaking poo.
It looks like my mom has a painting or a print of this Picasso called 3 Lines, and it's like it's a butt. It's like one line is the butt cheek, and then one is like the thigh, and then one is like the other little thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Leaks poo. So yeah, you know what? Just for that alone, Amanda, I think Karen Reed should get millions upon millions of dollars if someone wrote leaks poo about us. Like, that really is awful. Okay, so back to this. So this dude on the far left, he had to testify that his friend of like 20 years, Michael Proctor, is a piece of shit. He didn't participate in that part of the text, but he had to like sell out his friends. Be like, yeah, my friends, type shit like that. Now, let's talk about who I had mentioned last week, Judson Welcher. This is the prosecution's evidentiary witness, or I'm sorry, not evidentiary witness. He is the crime scene detective reenactor who did this one where he bought
I remember
clothes
this one.
Similar to John O'Keefe, and then he did a little reenactment where he rolled off the car and he got paint on his arm, and he's like, yeah, that's how it happened. He definitely killed him. So Karen definitely killed John. Now we have the defense witness. Amanda, this is so hot, so sexy. Okay. Now, the defense witness is this guy, Dr. Daniel Wolf. Dr. Daniel Wolf works for a company called ARCA. In the first trial, guess who hired this guy? The prosecution. They didn't like that he came out with the result like, yeah, these injuries are not consistent with the evidence that you showed us. And now look at the difference of their reenactment. Like, they test at all different speeds. They have the exact clothing type and all that. And then look at this dude who dresses up and rolls himself off the car. Also, they paid like $40,000 as opposed to like $300,000. Now, then we also had this fish in the middle.
I thought that was Anne Hathaway when you first put it up.
Oh, Kelly Dever. Oh, and don't you call her Dever. She, and the opinion in our home is that she absolutely like lost the case for the prosecution. She was there on the night of the dispatch call that came in. They sent her in there. She is on the record saying that they spent a weirdly long time in the Sally Port with Miss Reed's car. Now, there's this other dude who got up on, where is he? Shit, I think it didn't upload all of these. Okay, well, there's this other dude that got up there and he's like, yeah, I saw that the tail light, there was more of the tail light there than what Proctor showed you. So they definitely crashed that, the light out more. I also want to give you a quick update on our lady attorney there in the middle. You might see Jackson staring at her.
Is that the one with the clip in her hair? Or like she had the bad haircut?
Yeah. She's working on it. She's doing her best, you guys. But she is definitely getting way more comfortable with it. I also want to point out this queen on the far right. If you are following this case, Dr. Russell. Amanda, if Daphne is not watching this case, I'm going to send you a clip to share with Daphne because Daphne will be appalled. That woman, she's up on the case. She is the United States like foremost expert on dog bites. She's an emergency room doctor who is an expert on dog bites, accident, injuries, and death. She's an expert on what else, you guys? She was also a police officer for like 10 years back in the day. This is like all she does. Okay. And the prosecution asked her as she's sitting up there, she was saying something. He's like, do you have a problem with your memory? To this like 75-year-old woman. And you know what she did? She went like this. She went, an audible gasp like that. Everyone's talking about the gas. And she goes, I do not. And I was like, oh, now you did it. Carol and Daphne. Oh,
I want to see the clip.
I will find a clip and I will send it to you because the courtroom was like, wow, he did it. Yeah. So Brennan is like, absolutely, he's losing his goddamn mind. Was there anything else from the case? Because I know we had more. Okay, I'll leave that there for now because I know we got to get into some around town. But you definitely should watch. I believe we still have our ARCA queen up here. He's not going to let anyone rattle him. He knows he's smart. He's smart. He's not condescending. And he knows how PMA, he knows how to work it. You know what PMA is?
No.
Civilians would call it acrylic.
What? Acrylic?
Acrylic.
Oh.
I really think you should get into this trial. Like, I'm telling you,
it's too late for me to get into it now. Are you fucking crazy? There's no way.
Oh, no, it's not. Oh, and Bev did ask the everyone in the courtroom, the jurors last week, which I'm not totally understanding because she asked them if they're going to be available Thursday. And it's like, well, if they say yes, and that's when they wrap up the trial, they're still going to have to like retire, talk about it, deliberate. So I don't know what the fuck Bev's deal is, but she canceled last Thursday because the courtroom was so hot. So like now they're gonna have to extend it by a day, but like only a day. Like get with it, Bev. And also let's get some more courtroom air conditioning units, run them all night, and then like run the fans during the day if there's such a thing with sounds. Yeah. And I also want to throw this out there. If anyone knows the defense attorneys, then I promise I'm moving on. If anyone knows the defense attorneys, I think it was a great idea for them to bring in their own comfy chairs because they have these, right? They have like office chairs. You look at the prosecution, those fucking clowns, they're sitting in like just a regular, like a chair, like a dinner chair, just a wood chair.
So they're like all rigid and shit.
Oh, rigid. They are so uncomfortable. They can't lean back to like make their stomachs look like washboard abs. So I'm wondering, is the jury sitting there with just straight 10 and 2? Be a great idea for the defense to roll in there with some comfy chairs and be like, do you guys want to like take a load off? Like kick back in these? Wouldn't you be like, I mean, like,
oh yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
I want Karen to be comfortable. I can't like send this chick to be uncomfortable in prison the rest of her life.
Yeah.
They got us chairs. Okay, there you go.
The people are.
I'll see you next week.
They're talking about Amanda actively dissociating or how disinterested I am. I'm not disinterested at all. It's just there's so much, and then like you're telling me, and I am my brain is working as hard as possible to remember names, faces.
Oh, I get it. Like, I mean, you'd have to go. Person. Thank you, Mandy. She polymethyl acetylactate. Yes, something like that. Obviously.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's take it away. Let's
let's move it on.
Ready for it?
To Browntown. Yeah. By the way, I'm fully dissociating from this entire day. Jody really watched me have we had a little breakdown there at the beginning. Jody's like, "We're good. We got this. You know what? This is gonna be fun." I was just sitting there.
Like, I know we're good. We got this case. That's all we need.
We're good. All right, let's head on into Browntown.
Everything's waiting for Pooh.
All right.
A pretty
big
voice.
Week.
All right. What are we doing? What do
you want to start with? Do you want to start with this interview?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. Yeah. So the Sarah Fraser show.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about her. She comes up on my TikTok all the time and she like doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really know that. I think she's a good interviewer in the way that she makes her guests feel very comfortable. And she seems very like excited and she's like agreeable. And I think she's kind of, I don't know what it's more just for like a more of a common audience on these
commercial.
Kind of things. Yeah, commercial. There you go. More mainstream, I feel. But she's not trying to be funny or make jokes. She's just kind of like, and she seems very excited all the time. She's better than Heather McDonald interviewing. Like, remember when Heather McDonald interviewed Janelle and Janelle dissociated within the first like 5 minutes when she realized Heather doesn't know anything about.
Oh gosh. Oh, Boots says she does shout outs to our girl without a crystal ball.
Yeah. Like, I think she's a lot better than without a crystal ball. But yeah, it's more, but I don't know, she's getting all these interviews though. But she's more natural.
I think she's the kind of person, and the only time I've ever listened to her was this episode. And she did get some information out of Suki, but I think she comes across to me. I don't want like the Bayhive after me again. She comes across to me as like someone who wants to be an influencer. She like wants to be a YouTuber, wants to be a like we're doing this because we love and hate these shows. Like we want to talk about it. I don't necessarily like want to be like, hey guys, you know.
Yeah, true. And like I think that like to interview Suki, you need to kind of you can't like we could never interview Suki because we're gonna like first ask like really inappropriate questions and then we're gonna go off into our own like side tangents. We're gonna like do
Browntown. Everyone's waiting for Pooh.
Can you imagine us playing that for Suki? Like, and we're bringing in Suki for our Browntown section to hit it. So I see why she's a lot more palatable, and that's why she's getting these interviews. Also, I don't want to interview any of these people ever.
way too close.
It's enough that Paid, like they kind of might know who we are because of that Payton thing. But Suki, look, I think she's doing a great job in these tell-alls. But she goes on this fucking Sarah Fraser thing, and I understand that she can't go out there and be like, I fucking hate them. What a fucking psycho bitch. Like, what a crazy fool. She can't be doing that because they're gonna know. And like, she has to walk that fine line where Cody and Robin still think that she's on their side. But she went a little too far with kind of being neutral because she's like, Sarah asked, what's Cody's status with the kids? And she goes, all I can tell you is he's trying. Like, can you expand on that, please? Because
like, trying. He tried to do was kill Truly. Like, we would never. Alicia says she comes off as more important than she is, but doesn't know her shit. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Good energy, I think, is what it is. She has a very, very good energy.
It reads LA to me. That's anyway.
Sure.
Anyway, Suki told some stuff there. Robin's very tall.
See, that was where I lost Sarah. Because Sarah's like, what? Robin, I always thought Robin was short. And I'm like, that's like what? Like, you don't know about Robin's tall pants? The reason for the
$30,000 worth of fabric she needs to cover her legs. Those of you who are asking about Kara, yes, it was me today. Next week, yes, we're all good. We're all good.
But she's gonna be here next week. She's like, I could come on tomorrow if you want, but then like we kind of talked about it, and I was like, I think it would be more of a bang for your buck if we get Kara Queen on our finale episode, right?
Yes.
Bombshell will happen next week, but yeah, I think it'll be nice to round out the season. But Suki, that she's like Robin and Cody are both like they're nice, they're good people. Like, shut up. And another thing I thought was funny was when they both leaned in, they both kind of took a second to talk about people going to the house and touring it and stuff. And like, I thought that was really invasion of privacy and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but they're also public figures. They had the choice to leave all their shit in there. And also, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? But Suki did in that little section when they were talking about that. Suki says, people think I don't watch the show, but I do watch the show. I know all about the stuff. I know all about the doll collection, and I know all about the underwear, she said. And then I could tell Sarah Fraser didn't know what she meant by the underwear, but I think she was referring to Victoria's Secret and the debt.
How do you not know about the underwear?
I mean, I didn't know about that when I was a casual viewer.
Well, but
like when we did Polygamous Wedding, which is I think just on our TRP.
But you're not a casual viewer. Like, she's not a casual viewer.
I mean, yeah, I know. But I mean, she should be more than that.
Anyway, what else do we have? I mean,
I have more.
Interview.
Is in the bag.
Her assistant.
Yeah, she was a little late today, and I had an appropriate meltdown. Appropriate.
We need to come up with like a VP of logistics. VP of logistics.
What else happened in this? Suki said that I hated when she said that Cody looks. She's like, he's very fit. He's very physically fit. You don't have to fucking say that. I hate that you said that.
He's
even
not.
if it's true. You don't have to say that.
Are you leaving from interviewing Harvey Weinstein, and that's what we're comparing to? Because like, fit. I don't know. I think we've talked about this. He might be just solid.
Yeah, he does work out. He's on the steroids probably.
Okay.
But all in all, it was an okay interview. It was very much a fluff piece. But Suki did say, I mean, she started right out with like, people are coming after me, and what do you guys expect me to do? Which I totally am on her side for. It's like, she's like, I'm conducting an interview. I can't just sit down and start screaming in Cody's face, which is a good point. And she's doing better this season. But I wish that Sarah had asked more stuff like that. Like, well, with the new producers and what, and do they get dinged if they walked out? Because it seems like they had been told, you're not allowed to walk out, because that's why Suki was able to say, well, no, you can't. Like, you can't.
Yeah, or like, are Cody and Robin in the same room? Like, are they watching each other during their segments?
Yeah, stuff like that. And she's like, oh, so you're back in Sedona. I'm like, no one cares about this, or the house that
you tell them what they say to each other between, like, oh, well, this is how Robin answered it, or this is how Cody answered that.
Yeah, this is a good point. Sarah really didn't ask if Suki ran her own interview. Yeah, I mean, I do actually think Suki is good at her job. I mean, it's a hard, Debbie Gutierrez, who is a host, a professional host. I'll take your opinion on it. I think she alluded to him being charismatic, but I think just loud and takes over with his loudness. Yeah, she did say that. She can't come in and just talk shit about them on Sarah Fraser's show. But she said she was too nice about them. She said Meri's the hardest to talk to. Probably because they're busy laughing.
I was just gonna say, because she's delusional, doesn't answer anything and laughs. It's wild.
And then they went on about how David, what a gem.
Oh, he's so funny.
He's so lucky they found him. Wow, what a great guy. They went on about that. It wasn't, you don't need to listen to it. It wasn't anything great. But I mean, I did like knowing that Suki knows about the dolls. But then the question is, did you ask about the fucking dolls?
Yeah.
Did you ask about
that? What are you doing with that information?
The dolls hadn't happened yet, though. That's why. At the time of this, at October, that's why they need to wait until the season airs before they do the tell-all.
Then we do a follow-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that Cody doesn't have time to call Meri and be like, I really miss losing you. Anyway, Christine just suing me for custody, and she talks shit on you all the time, so be on my side.
Or like an FAQ, fans ask all or something. Like they should have to do one of those.
Yeah, audience questions.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep moving here. What else?
I think that's it. That's it for the big news of the week. But let's just go through their Instagrams. Janelle has been out, a woman, lady of the country, lady of the world. Quick trip. This is a picture of a map on the floor at the airport. Right. Quick trip, headed back home today. So happy to see the old map back at the SLC airport. This was such an icon when I was a kid, greeting all travelers for decades until the new remodel. I was excited to see that they had taken steps to preserve it so it can continue to be an icon. Hard eyes. I think it must have just been reinstalled. It wasn't here the last time I was.
I love it. Picture on the floor. Last time I was.
All right.
The perspective was all wrong. I think she sat down on the floor to take a picture of the floor. I mean, God love her.
And then she was in the middle of typing this, and then someone called her over, and she just pressed send mid-sentence. All right. Here we go. Beach weekend. All right. And the beach is. Oh, wait.
You see that little triangle right there? You see the little triangle?
Yeah. I also see the pretty cloudy sky we got going here too. You get sunburn
back there.
What else is Janelle doing here? Oh God, you posted this one. Oh, here's another one. Another quick trip. Just to remind you, I went on a quick trip to SLC for retreat training. Weather's gorgeous. Doing my coffee on the outdoor patio with a fire. Just a bit of breeze and chill as the sun comes up this morning. I mean, great. Love this.
Yeah. Edge of the cup, edge of the fireplace. Oh.
This is Janelle reposting Hunter posting, with no explanation though, of course. You have to kind of really look into the picture. But Hunter posted a picture of 3 kids. Can't see any of their faces. My favorite feral animals. And Janelle just reposted it.
They look to be in their jammies. There's like a garbage bag in the ground. Cloudy, overcast, and at dusk.
I'll repost this in the pajamas. And then what is this? This is on. You're on Threads, Jody. Well, look who's moving up in the world. I won't download Threads. It's a whole other thing. Go ahead.
I don't know what. I don't even remember taking this. Last week was so busy. I hardly had time to think. But it was full of fun and wonderful things. On Friday, I went to my friends, Dora and Sean Wallace's new business, White Star Paint Bar in Clintwood, Virginia, small town, and so many from the community showed up to celebrate with her. I had a chance to try some of the regional food, soup beans, greens, cornbread. Looking like
gross. Leaky poo. Leaks poo.
I say. What?
But good for Janelle. She's having a great time. Meri.
I don't have any soup beans.
Nobody invited me on a quick trip. All right, she posted this. Your new life is going to cost you your old life. Are you ready to make that deal? What does this mean? cost you your whole life.
She's leaning into her she's worthing up, Amanda. Duh.
Sure. All right. Oh, here we one. This is another sneak peek on Lizzie's Heritage Inn. Hearth incoming. What's a hearth?
Like a fireplace area?
Oh.
Like an over whatever.
This reveal of this inn is going to be the exact same energy of when she was teasing something and we fucking signed up for her email so that we could get like the weekly blasts of shit. And then it turned out to be worthy up for MLM. So this reveal better blow my fucking mind.
It's going to be pretty blah. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I feel it.
It's
and I think that's pretty much it. Like Christine is just posting a bunch of Plexus stuff. All week. And that's pretty much it for them. But we can end on Cody and Robin's Instagram comments. Let's start with Cody. All right. Go over to Cody. Love to hate me says in all caps, you give people the ick, which yes. Next, Lady Alpha 87 says, stop using the word gaslight when you don't get the definition. And who actually stares like that? Michael Scott from The Office. LOL. 11 likes on that one. 4 days ago. Over to Robin. Yeah. Bogolia Pippin says, kudos, Robin, for ruining that family. You go, girl. Hang in there, girl. Everyone dislikes you. And then a sacred cow emoji. And then lastly, full shade, Veronica Schroed says, so you have kids, you were stuck for life. How is that working for your ex-husband? 8 likes on that.
Ooh, sick burn.
And with that, I mean, again, the comment sections are lit. There's like 50,000 comments, I think, maybe on Robin's most recent Instagram thing. That's another thing I wish Sarah had asked Suki, or if Suki would ask Robin, is do you read your Instagram comments?
Yeah.
I think the
or is Meri's B&B actually a B&B? Is Meri's mom actually everyone's mom?
Bonnie.
Yeah. Are they actually handsome in person? All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, move into that recap. I don't even need to take a bathroom break. I haven't had anything to eat or drink for like hours. So I'm all dried up. So go ahead. We'll let Jody start this recap right now.
Welcome back to part 2 of We Love to Hate Everything. We are ready to start our rewatch, our watch along party for Sister Wives season 19. 1-on-1 part 3. For those of you who are new to watching or listening, we're going to be playing the episode along. We'll give you timestamps. We wish we could play it for you, but alas, we cannot show you the video. So listen along. If you're watching and you're tuning in, let us know where you're at in the comments and smash that like. That means give us a little thumbs up on that video. Subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Now we are at the B&B in Sedona, right, Amanda?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Love it.
Oh yeah. Oh, we love it. Okay, so
I'm gonna skip the recap.
Okay.
So wait, let's really quickly. Yeah. Let's warm up into this. What do you think of the episode?
I love this episode, and I'm going to give you a warning. Like right now, I got a lot to add, especially about like the I don't know, like the behind closed doors of it all, and that I think Robin is. I don't know. I think she's lying about the luggage rack thing, and
oh yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of went back and forth about that, where you're like, I don't believe it all that she gets the luggage wrap. And I said, I think this is the most honest thing Robin's ever said, was when she said, I think I just always put my own luggage down first, which I think is a perfect definition of just how Robin leads her life. I just do it first. I get it. I get it. You think Cody?
I don't believe her. I do. And I think Robin doesn't want to admit it.
Okay. On that note, and I put this as a screenshot for our episode discussion last night on Facebook. The face she makes after she says she gets the luggage rack is like, I feel like it should be studied. That like 3 seconds.
I think
where
because
her
it's a
face
lie.
reacts-
She thought of in the moment and she's getting away with it and she's lying. And she's like, yep. And she actually
then-
doesn't. And she's like covering because Cody does take it and she's like, oh. I don't know. And I think he's so stunned because he's never thought to ever share it with anyone. And now he's like, I don't even share it with Robin. Oh shit.
Well, it also just shows that, exactly. I guess that's a good
And I think
point.
Robin doesn't know that that's what that's for. It's never occurred to her. And she's definitely not going to admit to it.
Honestly, I think that every single time I've ever been in a hotel room, I haven't even looked for a luggage rack. I just throw my shit on top of like a table or whatever's there. I don't ever look for that. I don't see why it's that big a fucking deal, to be honest. I think in the first place, I can't believe this was like a whole. You're on mute.
Sorry. I was on mute. You know why? Because I have to put a Band-Aid on my fingy, Amanda.
Oh yeah, you don't want to hear that. It's gonna be so loud.
We'll get yelled at. Yeah.
The face she makes though is just so like, it's like her face. It's like her body doesn't know what to do. It's just like her face
Like
is
Brianna.
rejecting whatever she's trying. That is a good point. It is like Brianna, we're like, the facial muscles don't know how to form like a normal human smile. Was it a smile? Was she trying to not laugh? Like, was it smug? Because I think that even Robin, as diabolical as she is, I don't think she wants us to see her be smug. So I don't think she intended for it to look as
I think
bitchy
she
as
thinks
it
like
was.
she came up with a really clever comeback for that. And that like she's already celebrating ahead of time how she's gonna laugh about this with Cody and Brianna and be like,
what a
oh,
depressing
so I
night.
just said, yeah, I do. Me. And Cody in his mind is like, oh shit. I never gave her the luggage rack before we saw the Declaration of Independence.
The fact that
Like,
he
he's
thought that they
wrapping
were
his mind
talking
around
about
this.
the car and just like how stupid you are and just how they kind of let that play out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was stunned, fully stunned after that. And then the other thing,
He said nothing, and that was cowardly.
he just didn't even know. He completely went out of defense mode there because he was so caught off guard by that. Like,
Yeah, I think it was. I do think it's the first time he ever thought about it because he thought he was like,
a really
"You
good
never
point.
had a luggage rack on top of the car, that dumb bitch." And they're like, "Hey, dumb." And he's
That
like,
is I honestly think that you might be right now just because of that. Because if he did make a point to always put Robin's shit on the luggage rack, then he would know what that is. But yeah, it hasn't even occurred.
He'd be like,
to him.
"Listen, Robin came into this family cap in hand. It's the least I could do. She treats me like I'm her best customer and she is mine."
The other thing that I didn't catch that you did, and you kept being like, okay, wait for it. Tell me when you get to the part. And then I was like, almost done. I'm like, yeah, I'm almost done. What the fuck are you talking about? But I had missed the part where Cody's like, there are some things that don't need to be.
Yeah. I think he absolutely told what the big riff in the family was. I thought it was just like the smoking gun.
I think it was the hand on the thigh I think that whatever they're talking about happened at the military funeral. Because the cameras, because I think Cody was acting kind of the burial that we saw, Robin and her family were all sulking as far away from the family as possible. So I don't think there was intimacy going, and the cameras were there. So they were trying to act victim-y and not on top of each other. So I think that it was military funeral. What do you guys in the chat think? Because it seemed like he was spilling tea there that he brought up, by the way. He brought it up and then he's like, I don't want to talk about it, Suki. And Suki's like, well, you brought it up.
Because they said we won't talk about it. And this is Robin, Cody's one chance to get this out before the rest of the family.
Oh, yeah.
All
They're not
so one-on-one, part 3. And part 3 of this one-on-one interview special, Meri discusses her distrust over Coyote Pass. Janelle describes button pushing and defines love bombing, while Suki asks the big question, who gets the luggage rack? All right.
Dude, like when I saw that last week as like coming up next week, I was like, are you kidding? It's like the Titan submersible. Like, are we bringing that up again? Are we done with this? Okay, I'm at 41:54 left. That's all the timestamps are because that's how Discovery works now. And we're going to press play. Oh, I think I need to change my settings though really quickly. Okay. All right, ready? Three.
Oh, Joanna Gaines was about to scream at me on mine.
Who's Joanna Gaines? Is that a Karen Reed person? This is how
Who's Joanna Gaines? She said, I want to live in your world. Let me guess. You don't even know who Ray Dunn is. Must be nice.
That person's like, Amanda just associates what she's talking about this.
Joanna Gaines. You know her. The flipper flop. Everything was at Target. She and her Cody wannabe husband with the long hair.
This is the Karen Reed trial?
Joanna Gaines. No.
Oh, what?
She's a TV show.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Guys, how do we explain Joanna Gaines to Amanda?
I thought
shiplap. Imagine not being triggered by the word shiplap. Is that a Karen Reed person? She says. People are laughing.
I didn't have cable growing up.
HGTV.
So
no, Joanna. The HGTV. The Magnolia. Chip and Joanna.
Not getting any of this, but I didn't really watch HGTV.
No. It's like happening now.
What?
It's like happening now. You know that.
God. I'm sorry, chat. The chat is furious at me. Okay, well, send me some clips then. I'll check it out.
People are dying. They're like the originator of the shiplap farmhouse chic, the modern farmhouse, Magnolia Hearth at home at Target. People are screaming.
What about it?
Chip and Joanna. Amanda,
You're just saying a bunch of words. I mean, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about, but that's great.
This is gonna be great.
That's great for you guys.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, let's go. 41:54. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna look this person up right now.
All right. So let's talk about tension.
Can you hear it?
Coyote Pass has been a source of tension for you. Where do things stand right now? Well, currently the property's paid off. We're just in this process of figuring out like how to divide it so that we each have it in our names. Why is there so much distrust in the family over Coyote Pass? I think we just haven't proven to each other that we can trust each other. I guess, obviously the family's falling apart or has fallen apart. And so now it's like, well, who is going to have my back? Because the reason why we didn't stay together, one of the main reasons, in my opinion, is that we didn't have each other's backs. So why would we have each other's backs now with the property? All I can do is just take in the information and figure out like what to do about it on my own.
Let's talk about right now. Oh, by the way, I looked up Joanna Gaines. Never seen her before in my life. She looks like a chick from SLC, the Greek one. And Meghan Markle, kind of, right?
I love this. God, you're my idol. This is amazing.
Somebody said this is what it's like when you start talking about theater. Well, I'm sorry, guys. All right, let's talk about Meri and her pick-me-isms in this throughout this whole episode. Because my God, girl,
I can't believe it.
I mean,
like,
we know
why not?
We know it, but still.
Why? Like, why? What does it serve her now to like just keep being like, nah, get more angry, call him out on it. Come on.
God, thank God Jen is holding Meri in place full force. Like if Jen wasn't there, Meri would already be just fully back on Cody's side. She wants to, any chance she gets, she wants to run to Cody. It's like she needs a leash. It's like the second Jen turns her back, like she looks back and the door is just like swinging behind Meri.
Yeah, I think she threw Christine under the bus big time too. Towards the end of this episode, I was like, wow, okay.
Oh, about when she's like, why do you got to talk about your ex? I'm like, look, I'm sure that Amos never heard the word Cody.
We haven't seen her and Jen. That's all they do is talk about it. And we'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah, we will. But I'm not, Meri's been doing really good this whole season and in these tell-alls, but like.
And now I'm bothered that she's so dressed down.
Me too. Try a little. Even Robin's wearing slacks.
Right.
All right, 40:57.
There were a lot of things said about Coyote Pass, so let's take a look at this clip and find out how you feel about it and where you stand.
Okay. So the first 2-acre lot is Cody and I. The second 2-acre lot is Cody and Robin. The third is a 4-acre lot, and it's Meri, myself, and Cody. And then the 5-acre lot, because Christine quit claimed it, is Cody and Robin.
Janelle asks me about the property all the time, but I don't trust her anymore, and so I don't give her any information.
I have been under the impression that you're the one who's been taking care of all the family finances.
All I am is the bookkeeper. I'm going to suggest to you that you protect your interest in it as far as what you're entitled to a quarter.
I found this part very fascinating to watch because, first of all, Meri just said to Suki, none of us have proven each other's loyalty. Hey, Meri, immediately, let's watch a clip of Janelle literally saying to you, I am here to help you. I'm on your side, Meri. But it's in
I'm not
this
gonna tell you
clip.
what to do, but you might just want to look out for yourself because
I don't think anyone
else
has seen this clip yet. Actually, I'm sure they haven't, because it shows Cody watching this conversation happen in the little corner. And Cody's like, what? And then Janelle's watching it here right now. And she's like, you can tell that she's kind of being smug about it because Janelle doesn't give a fuck. But she's also, I think Janelle's processing in her head at this time, like, oh shit, yeah, Cody. Like he's Cody's seeing this, and she's kind of
Meri, what do you say? Whose side are you going to take, Meri?
I'm only legally a third owner of one of the 4 parcels. So I'll find the realtor and we'll sell it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I don't think that you get to decide that we sell it and then what we do with it.
When you get an offer, okay, I'll email them and I'll say, I've got this realtor, we've got an offer, here's how we will do this. If you guys agree, because they don't legally have to agree, even though a couple of them are partners on different lots. It's a matter of just getting their permission. I see it very different than those complaining about the money. I can add up all the things that were paid by somebody else for something.
Then do it. By the way,
name them dollars.
You can add it up. Then do it. That is pretty much what they're asking for you to do.
Also, I mean, they're partial owners on it, but it's just like getting their permission or whatever. But we're just gonna like do what we do with it.
Some checks and balances. It's nothing. Yeah, it's really just a formality of everything else.
Co-signers on it. Well, it's just like a signature. No.
By the way, that realtor guy is like, first of all, he looks so much like Jeremy, Leah Messers' ex, Jeremy.
He looks a lot like Shelby, to be honest.
That is one of my top contenders for my Halloween costume for this year, by the way. So if I show up wearing a beige cap and then a beige golf shirt,
I'll call up your friend Danielle, who looks exactly like her, keeps coming up and is a suggested friend on Facebook. She's exactly like Shelby.
3934.
Shelby's brother, 100%. And he's on. And I just love that he's looking at Cody. He's like, And he's
his face is like this. Like,
I'm pulling the deeds to see who I need to call.
They're like standing here. It's like windy. There's like plague blowing around everywhere. He's like, what are you? What? Yeah. All right. 3933.
So mad. I'm afraid of the wrath that we're going to get.
But Meri, he says so much stuff about us publicly. What else is he going to say?
I'm really just frustrated with the way that this whole thing has gone down.
Yeah.
It's like so stupid. It's like,
we'll get more frustrated and angry.
Here.
Be fair. Like, it blows my mind that he's like stonewalling us with this.
So the big question is, why were the lots divided up that way in the first place?
So I haven't seen all of that, and I just saw where he said legally I don't have to have their approval. That doesn't make me happy.
Okay, stop. Well, then
so
what
I guess you chose the wrong side again, Meri. I guess you fucking got cream pied in the face again by Cody.
Yes, you got Coyote Pass cockeyed in the face.
You got leaks poo all over your face again. How many times?
How many times? Like, you're shocked by this?
Well, if I'd seen that, then I would be mad. Then
this doesn't make me very happy. What? And also, like, this is from the beginning, Meri. From the beginning, you knew all this kind of stuff. And she doesn't answer the question. Suki's like, okay, well, why did you guys let him divide that up from the get-go? And her answer is, well, I didn't see that, so I'm not very happy. No, Suki's talking about like 7 years ago when you moved there. Why did you guys all put your name on it like that? Answer that question, Meri. Like, she does have to answer to some of this. At least Janelle was like, listen, I was doing the books. I saw stuff going places. I didn't say anything, and I should have said something. I should have said it. Meri's just like, I mean, I don't know. I'm mad now. I didn't know.
Now,
what's your job to know? Like, come on.
Need I remind you that last time, okay, so on the show, when Cody called Jen a bitch, we got the creation of Salty Birches, which may be the best thing to come out of 2025 so far for me. But I'm surprised that, well, Salty Birches, but that Jen and Meri haven't had some big fucking huge response to this episode airing where he says that Jen is jealous of Robin. I'm shocked there's not another rap that has been written. Maybe they're working on it now.
Jen, because she wants to be Meri's best friend. Best friend. It's like a fight.
Yes. Robin's safe for Meri. Jen will never be Robin. What an insane thing to say.
Fight.
We're at 38:55.
Really frustrated that he says that he can do, but I mean, look at it. Look at his name is on every piece of property.
Makes me frustrated.
But
yeah, man, I'm that guy.
Do you think he did it on purpose?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Do you think he did it on purpose? I have no idea.
I don't know, but you know, I'm starting to feel like I might want to suck him in the nose if he does that again.
Oh my God. Can you, she just said, oh, if I had seen that, I would be mad. Oh no, I don't know if he meant to be mad.
I'd be frustrated. Be pissed off. The reason they're still taking money from you and shit and from the family pot is because you're not getting angry about it. Like, if Cody and Robin were dumping all this money in the pot and I was taking it and they're like, well, this is really frustrating. Jeez. I'd be like, well, fucking keep taking the money because they're not upset about it. Keep doing it.
I think Meri could find a man and get fully married and would still go back to Cody. She would cheat on her husband with Cody.
Yes.
Full circle.
Yes. Yep.
38.
For asking the question when we were still living in Las Vegas. And I found out that that's how the property was divided. And I asked the question and I got in trouble. It's like, why are you checking up on it? Why are you, it's like, gosh, anyway, it was just this whole big thing. And
who was that you're talking about?
It was Cody and Robin.
I do remember.
So I was impressed that she said Robin's name because you never hear anyone say her fucking name. But when she and Janelle's about to say, we would get in trouble if we asked that. If I was Suki, I'd be like, what does that mean, get in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would they do? What would they say that would make you be? And it makes me frustrated that this also, they're saying that the episodes that we're watching now, when they're buying Coyote Pass, this is as far back. She said as far back in Vegas, they were asking him, why did you split it like that? Why did you split it like that?
Because like you would get in trouble. And like, I do kind of get that. It's kind of like Sean on Poly Family. Like, what does that mean, get in trouble? It means that they will whatever. Out, they'll throw a temper tantrum, like they will make life more difficult in some way. And in Cody's mind, that's probably, we've all seen Cody's temper tantrums, right? We've seen him pout, withhold affection, he won't go over, he won't help with the kids.
And the few times that he does go over, you want him to be in a good mood. Like, you don't want him to come over.
You don't want to waste the little time you have with them. Totally get this and relate.
So, I mean, I get what the getting in trouble is, but I wish she'd opened that up more too.
Well, and are you going to be the squeaky wheel? Well, guess what? No, because look what happened to Christine. She's the least favorite wife when she's like, hey, I'm unhappy. This shouldn't be that way. Well, then you get in trouble. And everyone learns your business and you get labeled the princess and the basement wife.
When he's mad. Well, she's about to say this love bombing, the narcissist thing. Oh. Okay, here we go.
Seen it. Yep.
38:16.
And he would always get mad when I'd ask him about it. He would always be angry, like that I was asking, he was like, well, what do you think? Who do you think is going to take care of you? And I'm like, I don't think you're taking care of me. And that used to make him so mad.
Okay.
We had several fights over it, like just who's watching out for me.
So when you say that you can't trust him, have there been instances in the past?
Oh, by the way, Debbie Gutierrez, who's in the chat right now, who is a professional host and interviewer, wrote us an email or maybe it was an Instagram message this morning saying, just so you guys know, a really great interview like thing is that if you want to press someone on it more, you kind of have to appeal to their ego by being like, oh, I don't understand. Can you help me? Can you help my little dumb lady brain explain that? And it's actually, I think Suki is actually doing that a lot here. Like, wow, can you mind up?
Yeah,
that?
There's a thing like that too. Like even you start a new job or something, like you ask someone to do a favor for you.
Oh
like,
yeah, I think that's great. I buy that 100%.
Like, I'm a dumb little lady. Could you show me?
Because then they get to
how
feel
you
important for a second. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 3754.
To where he hasn't been fair?
In some way, he always seems to come out ahead financially on a deal. I just think he's always looking out for himself and now for Robin and himself. He just always somehow thinks he's somehow entitled to more, which is just, it's astounding. I think he really is just kind of inherently selfish.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to Coyote Pass,
Yep.
do you think Cody is going to be fair to all of the other women when it comes to the division of what the asset should be?
Absolutely.
Keep in mind, Christine has just sued him for a child support just now. So she's like, "Oh, ask me anything. I will sing like a canary right now."
Yep.
He's just not a fair person. He's very greedy when it comes down to money.
Why?
He just takes care of himself. He sees what he needs to do, and he just does what is right for him and what is right for Robin. And I think that he's going to screw Meri and Janelle completely.
Are there other examples where Cody just has not been fair and just in
with money?
And
like we never knew what the other wives were getting money wise. We just understood what we had, but Janelle saw it all. And Janelle doesn't say much, and she's very tight-lipped. But she's like, I saw where all the money was going. And how much money Cody took and how much money Robin took was a lot more than taking. And it was more than anybody else was taking.
The frustrating thing watching this, though, is that these women are just now catching up to shit that people have been saying since I started watching this.
And
21.
Great words of Rosie O'Donnell. You said nothing, and that was cowardly. And I'm sorry, Janelle, but it was.
Well,
you see that Robin and Cody are taking way more than everyone else, and you didn't say anything. However, okay, if you were Janelle and you see this, and your hand in that family, it wavers. You can have the upper hand, you can have no hand at all. Do you keep that in your back pocket?
That's the thing is, I feel like I'm too much of a pussy to ever act alone on shit like this. So I would need an ally, but it's difficult to pick an ally because Meri's going to turn on you
exactly.
And Christine is like the least favorite wife. So like, that's not really giving you much leverage. She has no power, even though she is literally the matriarch of the whole family. She doesn't know she has the power yet.
Yes, like, do you have an ally to share this information with?
Because you have to.
I don't really know. Like, so you just know where that sausage gets made.
Producers.
Yeah. And then you pull it out when you need it, I guess. But then at that point, it was so intertwined and lost to however many properties or mortgages. Oof. Okay.
Okay, sorry, I had to really disgustingly clear my throat there. I hope my thing went on mute. Okay, it's on 3643.
I'm like, why is that there? And then Cody would just decide to buy tons of like whatever assets that he would call assets, and he would just go spend family money on that.
There was no reason for them to think that I wasn't going to be fair.
Well, it feels like there was some distrust there that you weren't going
reason.
Janelle and Meri are both leaving me going, wish I had some way to get alimony. It's like, well, what are you going to come me for money later?
But they're not legally married, so they don't have any legal grounds to anything, really, except this one thing that their names are on.
I know, but there still was a disparity. I mean, the first corporate paycheck.
This.
They never received any of the money.
Now, Suki Then ask here, but didn't she get all of her debts paid off by your family? Wasn't that to pay off her debts?
Well, first of all, I don't believe that.
I don't believe it
And
either.
maybe it was a thing that where she wasn't part of the family yet. Like maybe it was to like the Brown family and, you know, it was a forward on their deal or whatever it was. Like this, I just don't believe this part. She didn't get paid for it. Bullshit.
She's
She didn't
still
get
like,
paid for
she
it.
still benefited
Come
from it just
on.
because it didn't go into her personal bank account. She got the money.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you took her portion.
Yeah, and
You took her
are
portion
the
and
two of
gave
you.
it to her. Like it's just not true. It's not true.
But he had no, he is grasping at straws there because there was that moment there where he was just looking at her like, oh.
Or it was like, you know, well, she's not getting because she's not part of the family. So when we get to wherever, she's going to get the first house or she's going to get whatever because,
always,
you know, she didn't get that chunk of money. It's something
they're gonna
like
use it,
that.
and he would do that too. Like she got to be the first one that they moved every time because her kids had to move all the way from Montana.
But he's going to use that one thing as like, going back to like, well, she never got that first thing. Well, you never would have had the Lehigh house if Janelle didn't put the down payment from her job and family. So
and life savings that she took, her 401k, I believe she cashed out.
All right, let's hear more of these lies.
Yeah, let's hear.
On one of our houses, Robin's kickback from the house went to other family members. Okay, so
but then everyone put all of their money
yeah,
into your mansion that you're living in right now.
And when he says other family members, he means like her children.
Oh, the children. I think it was that
like
him and Robin gave
children.
Christina a piece of her down payment, so he wants that.
No, like Robin's children, like the proceeds from Robin's house went to other members of Robin's family.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. He's such a oh god, the way he is just bending words to only convince himself and Robin. Like no one else believes him here.
Yeah, Suki's
that's
like,
the best
okay.
part. Like, okay.
We were all working together, but now that the older children are through school and we all work together to buy their cars, to help them, to pay them and stuff like that, now we're all separate and nobody's helping with the younger children.
What he's saying here is now we're all separate, so we just get the money now. So now it's mine.
Well, he's like, well, all the other kids got like cars in college and new houses. Well, that's not fair to Saul and Ari if they don't get that. Well, yeah, it is fair because situations change as like kids go. Like my older siblings had a conventional married family, you know, 4-bedroom house, married parent. I didn't have that. We're still the same family. Situations change. You're not like, well, my siblings who are up and graduate from the house better start kicking back some money so I can have the same childhood as them. Like
also, Cody's been using the Saul and Ari excuse since the day that they were both born. So they better get a literal like trust fund when they hit 18. Because the way he's talking is that these two we're saving everything for these two.
Yeah, they should have the same that everyone else said. No,
but they're gonna get more.
He really thinks all of them, Christine and Meri, all of them should have to pay for Saul and Ari's college and shit because everyone else has got paid. No, families change. You're not married anymore. It doesn't work like that. Again, goes back to what Dr. Adams said about exes in a relationship. Narcissists like Cody and just exes sometimes forget that, you know, you don't get to pick and choose the parts that you want to work with your ex. You can't be like, I fucking hate you, but you want them to be flexible, help you out with things, fill you in. No, you don't get those perks. Like you still get along like you're in a relationship anymore.
No, you don't get both at the same time. Okay, we're at 35:29. I love when Discovery does this. Sorry. All right.
Your children.
But why does he always feel entitled to more?
I don't know. Because he always wants to bring up this thing, well, somebody paid this. And I'm like, dude, if you want to go all the way back, and I have all those records because I'm the bookkeeper.
Say more.
I can show you where all the back and forth happened, and nobody is left holding the bag here.
Can you actually, yes, can we talk about that, please? Can you tell us, bring out a list and tell us I'd rather hear about that than the goddamn suitcase wreck.
Well, I do think she has the records. I don't think she knows where they are.
She wrote them down though at some point. They could be anywhere. They're with the boot.
I mean, they're in an old J.C. Penney's Christmas box underneath some old pots and pans in storage, underneath wherever she wrote down the recipe for those those tater tots.
Oh, your birthday present should be here.
You know what? You said that. I told the kids that they got to go down in the mailbox and retrieve.
Oh,
things.
okay. Oh, your birthday's tomorrow, right?
14th, Flag Day, the same as Heather McDonald and Donald Trump.
Was the 10th? Well, your birthday's the 10th in my head. Okay, great. Okay, 35-12.
How I guess I always thought it worked and how it did work for a long time was we would all come together and decide, okay, who has the biggest need? What debts do we need to pay? What are we doing with the money, right? And Cody always had a little bit of discretion. If one wife needed something and it didn't really necessarily need to be discussed with everybody, he could do that. He could spend that money.
I feel like that I have contributed a lot to the family and it's not recognized. And, it wasn't until I sat there and had a conversation.
I don't know about that though, because I think Meri really does expect a goddamn parade she needs to be constantly thanked and reminded, thank you, Meri, for your contribution to the family. Please come to our next event.
Yeah,
please.
and also, Meri, you could have stopped doing that a long time ago.
I'm sure Jen, Jen was begging her to stop. All of her friends were telling her, stop doing this. God, it must be so frustrating.
But it serves Meri to have strings attached and tied like that.
Yeah, of course.
My former mother-in-law was like that. Here, take this, and this, and this. But I'm going to make sure that you remember it and that you know about it and that I'm going to be able to complain and I didn't have my money.
Oh my God. Okay.
It serves her. She likes this too.
34-36.
With Cody and Robin and my accountant showing them, this is how I've contributed, because this was years ago. And after that, he was like, oh, okay. Because I think that he thought that I was keeping money from him, from the family. I'm like, no, let me show you what I have contributed.
Has there been other examples of when you've gotten less, but you've put in just the same amount as everybody else?
I can pull my financial records. I can
do it. This is what we want
for my own kids' college, even though half of the family wants to say that I pulled it from the,
Okay, stop. Let's just address this because we've already gone over this, and we've actually seen Leon graduate college at this point. Mm-hmm. Leon picked a very expensive out of state private college that Leon would not budge on and Meri would not budge on. The rest of the kids went to an in-state public university where they were were working.
It was a third of the price.
Yeah, they were working. Some of them are living at home. That's a big difference. And I think they said, okay, well then you need to pay the difference of those two, which was wildly different.
Yeah, wildly. Thousands.
So I don't think that's an absolutely fair thing. And if that is her only child and she wants to pay that difference, go for it. I don't think anyone was saying well, no, Meri, you can't pay more for your kid. They're just not allowed at all.
I think she brought it up every chance she got.
It's just, we can't pay for a pre-med degree at Westminster College.
Yeah.
Especially when Leon didn't even go into pre-med. So there.
What does Leon do? Does anyone know?
I think social work.
Oh, I can see that. That's great. Yeah. 33-57.
And things like that. I have proof.
But Meri did say that she helped the children.
Everybody did.
The point she said
Robin
she didn't get any help in return. That she put her kid through college.
We all help pay for Meri's house. Listen, it'll all be fine in the end.
He can't answer it. Avoid.
I think that when you're bringing up the dramatic things in your life, there's certain things that you want to say are sacred cows. We're not going to talk about sex. We're not going to talk about money.
Huh.
Now sex and money are on the table.
So I think that I'm pretty.
You put it on the table, dude. That's all he talks about.
I think that Cody was interviewed last because they're showing a lot of examples of Cody not just watching clips from the season, but like it seems clear that they have just showed him or at least told him verbatim what one of the women has said in one of these interviews like earlier that day. So he's responding to a lot of that. So I think that this is him again being caught off guard. Like, well, Meri and Janelle and Christine are all talking about money now. And I think this is him processing that in the moment. Like, oh, I guess.
I can't believe they're going there. You know, we talk about sacred cows. They're talking about sex and money. As you're standing outside your $1 million home that you're selling to move into your $2 million home while you're licking a pretend photo of Robin, you're the sicko.
I'm trying to imagine, like, especially like in our 40s and in our perimenopause, where you're a little more prone to irritability. How irritating it must be to live with Cody and Robin, who have 7 phrases and words and sentences that they just repeat over and over, like
gaslight.
Yeah, just pink elephant in the room, cap in hand, far away stare, safe wall. Like it's just because it's like each time they say it, it's like it chips a little bit more away on your entire soul.
Yeah.
How irritating that must be.
You can have him, Robin.
33-14.
I guess.
I feel like that I've gone into this situation like very trusting of everybody in my family. And then I hear all the different things like Janelle was saying, no, I haven't been in charge of the finances. And Cody and Robin have said, yeah, she has been. And I'm just like, anyway, it's a lot of pointing fingers. And, you know, at this point, I'm just like, can we just like get it done? And then I don't have to do it.
Well, they could have done got things done a lot quicker if you would have like.
She's still on Cody's side here, also.
Yeah, I was going to say if you
we're all pointing fingers at each other, so it's not
made
really
a decision. Are you living at the Airbnb? Are you in the family? Are you not? Like, yeah, are you on Cody's side? Are you going to be an ally to Janelle? She was the one who dragged out the houses being done. Remember, she was there every day making changes on the spot.
Those are Meri's worst episodes.
Had to tell Mona Reiki, get that bitch out of here.
Yeah, that's when I really like turned on Meri to the point where like I could never really go back fully, is when she was so rude to Mona about like, yeah, it is a big problem. I'm just like, I could just I've never spoken to anyone like that. Maybe a boyfriend, but like, I never speak to my realtor like that. Yeah, it is a problem, Mona. 32-41.
It's like nobody understood the bookkeeping. We were all entangled with each other in this strange way. The debts hadn't
not
been
that difficult.
See, I think that this is another example because he brings up debt a lot, and I just think it's more fuel to the fire that they are just all, they've never not been in debt, right? Have Cody and Robin ever known life without debt?
No, he wants to and he did the same thing to Janelle when they were at Josephine's. When they catch him on something like, okay, the debt or whatever, he just wants to be like, look, we paid the debt. We had moved on from that. And they're like, wait. Right. But the debt was all of our life savings that you gave to Robin. And then she went off and you guys started buying all the stuff. But we just paid off her credit. So we were then living the consequences. Like, he just wants to be like, no, that's over. That's over.
Oh, no, I get what you're saying. I'm just asking you, do you think Cody and Robin have ever known in their adult life a day without being in debt? Not that I really have, but my debt is like
in their minds.
What?
In their minds, every day they're debt free.
Because in their minds, they're always 10 steps ahead of the money, the next paycheck that's coming.
It'll come. God will provide.
We'll be fine, guys. It'll work itself out.
He'll provide a rental or like a new mansion or something, you know?
32-32.
It's all good.
I was trying to straighten out a mess that I was handed to by Janelle.
Oh my
God.
Because
Janelle didn't handle the debts.
Because she had a different perspective before her and I broke up about how things should be.
Oh, like you make payments on things.
Yeah, I can also remind you, are you literally arguing that Janelle wasn't prioritizing her money because she was living in a trailer with no working water?
Yeah.
While you lived in a mansion. So are you trying to convince us right now that Janelle fucked this up and she needed to get her? We had different ideas of how the money should be spent.
She's a woman. She doesn't know how to spend money. Bookkeeping. Can we just say like who paid the bills? This like, oh, bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Like they like to think that they had like investment properties they were renting out and stuff. Like, okay. How much did you put on the Costco credit card? That's all. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, isn't the book? Yeah, the bookkeeping is just her all the mail going to her house, all the bills going to her house, and her just being like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
3212.
Too much influence on our money, and in the end, we're just getting it straightened out at the end.
Wow.
Why does everyone think you're in charge of the finances? I mean, everyone.
Yeah, no, this is something I began to realize because Cody was always telling everybody that I was somehow calling the shots on the money. It's interesting, and I've started to observe that Cody he's attacked all of his wives that are leaving in the area that hurts them the most or that they pride or that they value, right? For Christine, it was devastating that he wasn't physically attracted to her.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm one of those people.
I think all of this is she's about to go into the narcissism thing. So I think Janelle has either been in the comments, which I'm fine with, or her kids are definitely not even in the comments, but her kids see this. I think she's been hearing this a lot. And like people in her life have been breaking this down for her. And she's like realizing it. And I love that she came here to spill the tea.
Yeah, I think she's getting the TikToks and she's getting the Instagram.
And she's watching it like, oh yeah, that is what he did. Because this is all stuff that we've all been saying. But when you're in it, it's a totally different experience when you're in it, of course.
It sure is. It sure is. And even when you know you're in it, it takes like a long time to get out of it.
Oh,
and I think that's
is it worth it?
Yeah, especially. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to
justify it. Yeah. I get it. But I love that she clearly is listening to what everyone else is saying. And she's taking it in and absorbing it. Like that is what he did. Wow.
Yep.
3138.
Wants to be very fiscally responsible and very about like, let's be responsible with our money. And so he wants to like sort of undermine that or try to undermine that for me. It's wild to me that he was telling everybody that I was in charge. Yeah, with her finances, knocking her down so she doesn't feel smart.
Yeah.
That's rude.
And Christina and Janelle have been talking about this. They have figured it out.
Oh, they've compared notes.
That road trip.
Yep.
Yeah, like, oh, he did this to me and he did this to you. Oh, yeah. And then Meri.
They've gone back years.
Love it. That's why he didn't want them to ever talk to each other.
Because they can collude.
The buttons to push. So with me, it was like, no, we're not going to be intimate anymore. Then he'd be like, well, you could do this and you could do this and you could do this and put it all on everybody else. He knows how to push the buttons, but he doesn't know how to take accountability for the fact that he just pushed a button.
So he knows what your weaknesses are?
Yeah, isn't that so sad? And he uses them against you. Like he knew what I craved more than anything would have been like an intimate romantic marriage and relationship. So yeah, he knew. Yeah.
I think that there, like I said, is a recency bias, and I feel like
okay, where'd you learn that, bitch?
Yeah, history a lot.
These are other buzzwords that they've heard. The other people say about them, so now they're just like parroting it back.
Bias. Dumb. Hey, Robin, tell us what recency or bias means.
Gaslight.
Bonus points. What it means together. Nope. She's got nothing.
I feel like, it's all about getting even with each other. And I feel like it's all about, trashing each other. And I'm like,
there's a low key indication here of everyone except me, right? You can hear the silent except for me at the end of every sentence, right?
Why is she like, and I noticed this when I was like trying to get pictures of her, she's just leans. And she's just like, just like a recency bias. And
everyone says that they think she's medicated. Everyone says
I don't think she's medicated. I think she's a bitch. I think she's a bitch who doesn't realize that this is your job too. Sit up. Again, you are not Cody's +1.
Yeah.
This is your job, just like the other ones.
Yeah, we're here
It's
to
not
watch
like
and hate
Cody's
you.
wife. Sit up.
30-30.
Let's just be real here. Let's be honest about what actually was happening. It's okay to say, well, he was really good at this, or she was really good at this, or she was really wonderful this way, or, I just feel like it to sit there and go, they were all bad. It's just not realistic.
I do think that there was a cycle
of
love bombing, and then almost kind of like a wind down.
I'm trying to figure out what the love bomb is.
Okay. For a narcissist, there's a cycle where you love bomb, and then there sort of is a waning, and then you almost kind of like destroy or hurt them. And then to fix it, you come back in and you love bomb. And so there was kind of this cycle.
You use the word narcissist. Are you saying Cody's a narcissist?
No, because I am not qualified to diagnose him. But I guess everybody will have to decide.
See, I was nervous when she first said no. I was like, oh, but yes, he is. But then she turned it right around. I guess everyone else. It does seem to track that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can't diagnose, but
Yeah. I got nervous for a second, but she came back.
I've seen his dick, and
I read pop culture. I have no idea, but it does seem like there's quite a lot of similarities.
All right, great.
a lot of behaviors that exhibit
like the relationship,
all the criteria that would mark the ticks on the DSM-5.
I really didn't. I thought what we had for a long time was just fun. And it was just a blast. We just had a lot of good times. When he married Robin, that's where I was like, oh, there definitely is something missing here. But at that point, it was already like so almost over anyway. But it wasn't a real true intimacy. That wasn't taken care of me emotionally, romantically, physically, financially, nothing. I was independent at that point.
Yeah, you were, I hate to say this, but in the beginning of your marriage, you were physically taken care of.
It was,
the sex got,
no.
The sex was just an act.
Just an act. No behind it or anything.
And how did that make you feel?
It's different.
That really is heartbreaking when one person in there wants it to be. Like, I understand if just the sex life is just kind of dwindled a bit and both people are kind of not into it. But like knowing that Christine desperately wanted to have a connection, it makes the sex even more heartbreaking the few times that it happens. It's like painful because you know that the person's not there with you, and they would to have sex with someone knowing that this person would rather be doing anything else on the planet than this.
I'm surprised though when she's like, sometimes it was just a physical need, That's wild to me because it's like she was still willing to go there with him because she needed that.
But I think she loved him right up until the end.
I don't think she
really fell out of love with him.
Like it was really just like a boom, like a yes, no decision. She was able to like separate it in her mind.
Yeah, or I think she might also be over exaggerating here, and I think she wasn't.
I was just still shocked they're doing it 5 times a year. That was
true. Yeah, it's more.
I was shocked that it was 5 times a year.
Want to do it? 2801 left.
Well, just I'm used as a word, but maybe he felt used too. Like we just use each other. Didn't mean anything. Maybe just apathetic. Probably apathetic. It was kind of like, I guess this kind of have to. Maybe there was just a need. Just a physical need that was met.
It was an obligation, a marital obligation.
I'll never have a need that hard that I would be looking at.
The sex was never. It was just so broken.
It was broken. Did you ever say, Cody, this sucks?
We didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, God forbid. You can't bring that up.
They went there. They went there. We've wondered. She said it.
But good. They don't owe him jack shit. He has been saying the worst things about these women. Nachos. I'm good. Air it out. Tell everyone he has a small dick. That still wouldn't be enough. That still wouldn't ever equal what he's done to
But
them.
there is like a shame when you are the woman who is wanting it to work and he's not that into you. There is a shame to it. Like, who do you tell? She's not telling her sister wives. She's not gonna be like telling her friends. That's embarrassing. I've been there. It's super embarrassing because it does reflect on you. Like, oh God, is that me? Like, if I was pretty, if I was attractive, certainly my husband would want to be with me.
Well, I will say in situations like that though, or like cheating, like I never would want to tell people if someone cheated on me because it's embarrassing. But when you look at it from, if you're the friend being told, like if I told you, oh, my boyfriend's cheating on me, you wouldn't be embarrassed for me. You would just be mad at the guy. Like you wouldn't, but me feeling embarrassed.
It's embarrassing when like Christine's like when she stayed for so long, because it is very easy to say to people like, well, why didn't you leave? Like, just leave. But
I hate when people say that. You don't know what it's like. And when you're
so difficult.
Especially when you're tied up with someone, like
if I can look back and like have left, like I would and to be like, well, you could have gone with your parents. You could no, like my sister was there with like 3 kids. And like so you do stick things out that you normally wouldn't because you're doing it for your kids, maybe just because you need a place to go. So like I don't fault Christine for that. I am just still shocked that it was that often. And I think Robin probably will be too.
Debbie, thank you for the super stickers so much.
Oh, sorry, we're both putting it. Oh, thank you, Debbie. And everyone, send love and prayers and lots of laughs to Debbie.
Yeah, it looks like you're doing great. We've both been following you. You know what the sad thing is also is that Christine probably wasn't even getting the love bombing by the end. She was just seething hatred. And the other thing is that you and me, the step we're watching where they're going to Coyote Pass, we are literally witnessing the last love bomb of Christine.
And it is so and Meri. He's got his arm around
that
Meri
one's even hard. No, they're both really hard to watch. I remember watching that the first time and I didn't clock it as bad, but now rewatching that and the fact that he says to the camera, like, guys, guess what? I'm just gonna make her think it's her birthday. So no matter what, she's gonna like the trip, right?
Yeah.
Like, as if we as the audience are gonna be like, you get her, Cody. Yeah, what an idiot. She's so stupid.
Yeah.
God. And Meri, it's dirty with Meri though. Because she likes it and he like puts his arm around her. She's like, oh, well, if you keep touching me, then and he's like, oh yeah, I like
that
it.
She does believe it. Moment. That like, yeah.
And then for them to come back, and then he immediately turns around, like, just so you know, we're going to Coyote Pass. And then Meri's like, what? And they're like, Meri, why aren't you more excited about this? God, Meri, get more excited.
Are you excited about it? And then what happens after they talk to the realtor, Shelby, and they're like, we'll take it. It's a deal. Cody hangs up the phone. It's like this.
And he's doing this thing with his fingers where he's like, it's like he's like flicking around a booger between his fingers. And he's like,
made a giant mistake.
I just don't know. I just think that maybe I put all my money into something. It's going to come to fruition. And they're like, are you kidding me right now? Gotta go. It's Aspen's wedding shower right now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Well, like every sign, it's like every sign. A plague is happening, yet they still proceed forward.
And then Robin gets a hot mic moment in that episode because they all leave and then her mic's still on and she's like, are you kidding me? Did you just like, she's pissed. They had a fight that night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're at 27:22 and Christina's about to say, when you have sex 5 times a year, which me and Jody both agree is on the higher end.
That was 5 times more than for over a decade, just FYI.
We talked about this on our Girl Talk episode, but like in my experience, I was always the one that like never wanted to. I guess it was more that I was never given the pleasure of having that long because it was everyone I was with was always like constantly fucking on me every fucking moment.
I never ever had that ever.
Would you have preferred that though?
I don't know because again we get into this girl dinner. I wasn't raised with that, so I wouldn't have known. That would have felt weird too.
Yeah.
Like it feels normal because guess what?
You feel guilty all the time. Like you feel like you're not measuring up and like he's going to cheat on me, but then they cheat on you anyway. So it doesn't really matter. right,
I can definitely say I'm the last one laughing. So anyway.
27-20 poo.
All right.
5 times in a year, you realize there's a problem. It's like, we really want to talk about it. So we had one conversation on intimacy. And it was like, are we going to have any kind of intimacy, sex in our marriage? And he was like, no. And so the next time you come over, I'm like, you're done.
Yes, good.
In my bed. We're done.
Good for her.
It was a good time experience. When it came down to the nuts and bolts of real relationship, the two of us both struggled. Like
you struggled.
Yeah, I'm like,
She was ready to give you anything.
This is where I get so sober, it's almost sad. We've got all these children. They're just beautiful. They're special people.
oh God.
What a weird thing to say. And that was very Trumpy, the way it said it's special people, very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Special people.
Well, that's not how you describe people that you're actually close to. I can say that.
They're beautiful people. Yeah, it's like these are like, it's acquaintances, distant cousins.
It's a speech.
I'm really glad for that.
Really glad for that. And for the sake of the experience.
Heartfelt.
I'm excited for her to have this kind of love and this kind of experience, this kind of falling in love, having somebody she's just passionate about, somebody who's just digging on her, I mean, that's great. And that's because that's really the kind of romance she always wanted. And
well, he gave that to her, you see.
And I were struggling to find. And now they've got it.
When I left Cody, I decided that I was going to have sex with the guy that I'd be married to, like full on. It was going to happen.
Good for
big love
you.
first, because I needed
Good,
to make sure
good
there was going to
also.
be physical attraction.
I would judge you hardcore if you waited to have sex with David. I would be like, are you kidding me?
No. That you are going to be with this person your entire life.
Test out
Get
that
in there.
look.
Yeah.
Because there are examples where you just don't have sexual chemistry. Like you get in the bed and just things don't line up right. And it's not that either of you are about like kissing too, where it's like, we aren't the same. So like, God forbid you wait until your wedding night until you're already in love with this person. And
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess I can do this my whole life. Yeah. God, it's a depressing trip down.
I'm like, as long as David gets a nutty pot, he's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Before I would settle into a relationship with somebody. Then I met you, and it was like what we had was something so special and something so beautiful. We just naturally moved into everything.
And also, you're a grown woman, so sex before marriage is completely okay.
I'm a grown woman. I know what I had before, and I know what I want in the future. And so for us, once we made that step, it was like, at that point, I was already committed. And it was going to be like, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't know there was a commitment there.
It's really interesting to see how much you've moved on in your life. And I want us to talk about this because is it a comfortable feeling? Is it an uncomfortable feeling? And is it the right feeling for you that you've always wanted and you didn't know until you had it? Can we watch this clip?
Is it going to be that wedding one? Probably is.
Yeah. So when I was watching this, I was like, no. But then somebody in our Facebook comments was like they think that production, and everyone agreed, production is probably like, hey, maybe lay off of this next year because just Christine, just in case you didn't know what we were all being forced to watch. Here, just remind yourself so that it doesn't happen again, okay? But she's good natured about it as she could be.
Yeah.
Do you think Meri could get away with like making fun of the banana thing? Like, do you think that there's a way she could come back from there's just no way you can come back from that, right?
No.
You
that will never be spoken of.
If that was one of us, because the two of us have very self-deprecating humors, do you think either one of us could have climbed out of that?
Oh, yes.
Well, we could have. Meri couldn't. Okay.
Yeah. No, Meri.
Yeah.
No.
I would have made it my profile picture. Like,
Meri actually doesn't have a sense of humor, despite her saying she does. She's not laughing, babe.
Because Meri's still, Meri, she can't laugh at herself.
No.
She can't even admit that it was an actual catfishing still. It's still like.
It never happened.
Yeah.
It never happened.
Dangerous people. Dangerous, evil people. 25-11.
Come on.
Save the family.
I'm always for it.
You're making me laugh. Let's watch this and see what's going on.
All right. I mean, Cody and I were always very affectionate, but I was always uncomfortable. Like, I just was uncomfortable with PDA in front of everybody.
I like doing PDA now, but Robin's very shy.
I like doing PDA.
Yeah, I like doing PDA. Also, I find it incredibly disrespectful okay, I'll say something nice about Robin here.
Okay.
Kind of. If Robin, and I think Robin is uncomfortable with PDA, if she's telling you, if she's made it very clear that this constantly makes me uncomfortable, Cody's a fucking dick for pushing it on her.
Yeah.
This is something that your love has told you, I don't like this. I feel uncomfortable.
Also, like, you're in your 50s. Can we just like not even have this conversation? This is very high school. This is very Meri.
Yeah, I can't believe
I
we're
like doing PDA. Like, this is very Meri, like, I do sex again. Like, God.
Oh, Jody, I can't
PDA.
wait until Meri has an on-screen boyfriend and just see what personality is Meri gonna have? Like, what is dating in love Meri like?
They're gonna try to do pranks and stunts on TikTok that were done in 2021.
Oh, yeah. They'll be doing the anxiety dance in 4 years.
Yes. Yeah. There'll be the
and it'll end in so much laughter. They won't be able to get through a take, like, at all.
No. Maybe they'll bring back the thing where you reach in the box and it's like this one's Diet Pepsi. It's not Diet Pepsi.
Oh God. There was a stint there in the winter, where Meri and Jen were doing that constantly, that game where Free Fallin' was behind the camera and they had like cash in front of them and they had to answer a question.
Oh my God.
They did a whole bunch of those.
That one. Yeah, they did.
And Jody, they sure did laugh.
They laughed.
It was just laugh. Like, they couldn't get through any question or answer because they were cracking up so hard.
Yellow.
Yes. Bring back Salty Birches. Give us more material. 24:44.
How is that with you guys seeing me physically?
There's Jenny.
I like it. So we kiss and we hug in front of our kids. And David and I just don't care.
It's fine.
Oh
I
my
have no
gosh.
tongue.
Oh, you're desperate for some affection.
Cody.
Cody's
like, has a weird. Cody's watching this like.
Yeah, you
he's like, wipe his
her
mouth
real
like,
good. Kids are real good.
It's weird.
My mom always wanted more physical affection from dad, and so now
My
she's
dad.
gonna have physical affection with publicly as much as she wants.
You don't want him. Oh God, the sound really is bad. I didn't hear that. Oh, we are.
And that's all that needs to be said.
It's our friend Peyton. He wished me happy birthday.
Ha.
Oh,
did he?
Yeah, now that I think of it, I don't know if he did.
I'm pretty sure we're on the. Oh wait, never mind.
He said
We
a
don't
bunch of
have
other
any
stuff.
we don't have any like DEI or like any like racist alert anymore here in the States, so don't worry about it. We're all good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's encouraged.
Yeah. Okay.
23:50.
Yeah, Cody was way too into it.
How
And
about
it
the one
wasn't
of them
like-
at the wedding where Christine's drunk and her hands are up like this? Like,
She absolutely saw that like in some porn, and she's like, okay, so I'm gonna like down like
men
that.
like that though. Men like it when you back out
Oh,
of porn.
Cody was like, and he's like, I'm really happy for her. It's
Ew, gross. Also, but I do enjoy forcing Cody to watch that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
23:50.
He does seem to get the last word.
Suki is crying so hard. She's laughing so hard. She's crying.
What's changed? Everything. Confidence. Confidence. What changed? I can just be me.
That is a great feeling.
I mean, so for forever, my kids didn't even see me being affectionate.
Yeah.
They just didn't. But with David,
I make her believe in herself that she can do it all. I just know that she has it in her and she just want to hold back. I'm like, no, bring it out.
That is nice because I bet that she's really weird and kind of quirky in bed. And the fact that he's like, yeah, just fucking go for it. Because you know that in her sensitive state, if she did kind of try something out of the box in bed and the guy didn't like it, that would be devastating. Yeah. Because you've already lived your whole life thinking you're not sexy or you're bad at sex. And David's clearly fine with like a thumb up his butt. Like he's good with whatever.
Yeah, I think Christine's probably getting in there. But he is a little congratulating. He's like, yeah, I mean, whatever she wants to do, I'm like, I'll bring it on. I love it. And we're like, oh, he likes her. He says, just be yourself. I love it.
I think he's open to some freaky shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe their sex life is just completely like normal and missionary, and Cody's just giving her so nothing that Christine is over the moon thrilled with just like fine sex. Well, I think they're
getting into some stuff. I think she's like getting into some like. I think she's going different directions.
She loves to play a character.
Up and down. So many outfits and
she cosplay like she loves all that video
outfits, game shit. Some Fredericks of Hollywood.
The orcs, all that shit.
I really like that store that she got to shop in. When I see those pink and black packages, I get excited.
You turned into Ethan Plath at the end there.
Oh, I did.
You're the wild slushy. By the way, guys, we're gonna be on I almost said Dr. David. I was looking at the word David. It's not your word. Dr. Adams podcast. We're gonna be doing the finale of Plathville of season 1, I think, where there's that big standoff.
Will I oughta.
That's a good episode, though. That's the first one I ever saw, and I was like, ooh, shit. Yeah.
Men. Really solid men.
Do you think I could take a little bathroom break? Can you handle this for 30 seconds?
I think you could. You want to play it for us while you pee?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was going to be talking about David and Christine. You can mute me if, if anything important happens, but I'll be right back.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right,
just be me.
There's times when she thinks I'm going to get upset. I don't.
Oh, good. He doesn't get upset with his wife.
Like, okay, good.
Did you feel like she was starved to express
that? She needed the affection. You're starving, yes. And
yeah.
Well, is because what she needed, I could give to her. So.
Like,
nice, right?
I'm a little self-congratulatory. It's like,
it's uncomfortable. That's funny.
How did that feel?
Is
it surprising you?
I don't think Peyton's really uncomfortable. He's just trying to get attention.
What Christine wanted. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with her ability to manifest. Like in a plural marriage, she could have never done that. Christine eating David's face is that's a monogamous thing.
Yeah,
sort of. My guess is that she got her whole day.
You know, this thing is called a kiss cam.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, just one
This is
second.
like cringe fest McGillicuddy here. I hate this.
We'll just play it through. They're gonna have him kiss. But so really what we just heard when he said Christine was eating his face off, blah, blah, blah. So that was Cody and Robin's when he did that was like his payback. Like, oh, she got to eat his face and be all PDA. Well, I want to be PDA with Robin. I think she's so hot.
Oh, are we going into the things? Some things can't be discussed, Suki. So let's just drop it.
Okay, well, let's see. Okay, first kiss cam, because everyone wants it. That's what we all want, right? We were all begging for kiss cam.
By the way, this poodle's name is Loki, and he's upstairs because he's a boy, and the fucking border collie that stays here. It's really pissing me off lately. He goes after the boys. He goes after the men. So I take this handsome boy up here with me and Walter. Walter's fucking pissed. All right, here we go. Let's
your best customer. Handsome poodle.
Let's watch some smoochies here.
And it just comes very naturally. Yeah.
My leg is always over on top.
It's
always.
More said there. Leg on.
Always.
My leg all the time.
You're blushing.
I know.
Like, am I watching like Paige and her first boyfriend or something? This is so stupid.
We'll talk when we're going to bed.
Always.
David, you got the magic sauce.
I know.
Ew.
It's the magic sauce.
She did not mean to say that. I think that as she was saying that, she's like, oh.
Even I was like, ooh, is she talking about like sperm? Like I was like, whoa, Sooks.
I think she meant to say like the magic touch, but she went to come. Gross.
Well, also, like, this is so sweet. We like talk. We talk before we go to sleep, and like when we wake up, we talk.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, like cool.
What's the alternative?
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome, you guys. Yay.
Talk more about this, please. Remember how Janelle and Meri both said, I could pull out my financial records here, but I won't. They tease us with that. Now they're hitting us with the kiss cam. 21:48.
There's a lot of kissing. A lot of kissing.
I know. And it's fun to watch over and over and over.
Oh, I like the lap dance better.
Oh, no.
Ew. No, you don't.
Tell me about the lap dance.
No, we don't need to talk about the lap dance again.
And I seen her mom. Your mom was like, "Oh my gosh." Janelle was like, "Oh."
Janelle was most uncomfortable. Anybody there? Janelle,
I just love that Janelle isn't comfortable.
I know, it's great. I was watching some.
I don't like that voice.
Oh, the sound effects. Like I do not mind.
I love how they're all laughing at Janelle for having a mild boundary. I think it's hilarious that Janelle hates it.
I don't like this like AARP porn stuff. This is so fucking weird. And like now Janelle like has to perform as this like, oh, I'm the prude. She's like, I'm fine with kissing, whatever. Like
who enjoys just being there, sitting there while like two people are making out? You're like, okay. Am I just a prop in your little scene right now? It's people at the grocery store having their little date.
Yeah, like I'm fine. I actually think like old people holding hands, it's like adorable and really cute.
You're a little kiss, yeah.
Yeah, fine.
It's not the same as what David and Christina did.
Yeah, no, like we get it.
Like, hey, baby.
No.
21:13.
Yeah, but like sometimes it's like the kids are like, oh mom, like what I mean? Like, I'm a little bit more shy. Maybe this is maybe like Cody says, like Rob, I'm a little bit more shy. I'm just not gonna.
Have you loosened up more over time regarding all of this?
If I am with somebody ever again, of course I'll be holding hands and kissing. I don't know if I'll do the lap dance thing that Christine did, but
because that was fully mortifying for everyone, mostly Christina.
That was real funny. That was real funny.
If you guys want to like see Janelle at her most hilarious, it's when she is doing the I will survive dance for Mikkel, and she's like, so you're, and like the happiest moment of her whole life is when she turns down beach to exit. That's my, and now we're back.
Now go. Walk out the door.
And she just like step on beat, step.
No, it really is. It's her doing these. Now go. Walk out.
She's like, wait, slow down, guys. They're like, it's walking though.
and then
I don't know the dance.
The
turn.
second you see her next, she is out of character, normal clothes on, wig off, but she kept that wig. She kept that wig hanging up.
Yeah, it's hanging for the whole 2 next seasons. Right before there's like the whole party's going on, and everyone's like, yeah, the party's going great. It's so great. We have all this food. And then Janelle's like, yeah, the party could be beautiful. The food might taste great. I don't even know. I'm not even paying attention right now. I just want this fucking thing to be over.
It's something Madison taught me. It's all the details. She said, Mom, it's all in the details. You can get like plates and spoons and stuff, but if you get them to match everything, it really pulls the party together. It's in the details. That's what Janelle taught us last week during Aspen's wedding shower. It's all in the details in the party.
But she was just Amanda specialing the whole thing. She's like, oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good.
100%. She's like,
I don't want to I'd mess it up. I'd mess it up further if I tried.
I'm just going to keep an eye on my vegan leather chair at the house that's falling apart. Make sure no one keeps peeling that leather off, okay?
Janelle is rocking through all of season 13 a leather Barkett lounger as if a grizzly bear just like reached over top and just like slashed it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Okay, 2050. 2050. All right, let's go ahead, actually.
It may not have been fair to...
Definitely.
Okay, I'm at 2027.
Are you going to allow yourself to have that?
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm allowing myself.
Because Cody shared with me that you were super shy.
I am shy. That's true. But see, okay, wait a minute. That's Cody and I. what I think is affection.
Funny story.
It's just a difference between his level and my level.
Right. You're uncomfortable.
I mean, like, I think kissing's fine in front of people. I just like, I don't know. I'm a little shy about like a full make-out session. That's all. Yeah. Where you're seeing spit and tongue swapping. So
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
How do you feel about Pete?
But Robin kind of went into like a kind of normal person for a second there, right? Like, give her that
second.
Like, there was a second where she kind of relaxed and was like, yeah, I mean, it's just like, seemed like a genuine laugh. I don't know what a genuine laugh from her sounds like, but
I don't like her.
Maybe that.
I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
Don't fall for it.
But that was a moment where I was like, okay, like I didn't feel like my asshole was like clenched for days.
Okay.
Like, oh, as a person,
she comes across as somewhat human. Okay.
Yeah, yes, that's really what it was. It was just like human emotions. 1947. Suki's about to ask Meri, how do you feel about PDA, Meri?
I can't believe we're talking to grown adults with grandchildren about PDA.
I don't have a problem with PDA. I think that I want to have somebody who is comfortable with that.
What's the limit? Describe like what you're okay with and what you're not okay with.
I think
we're at like a young Christians Bible study or something. Like we're talking to young Christians who are just dating for the first time. Like, what level of PDA are we comfortable with? Again.
Oh, did you block the person putting the Bible verses in the chat?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm never sure if it's actually spam or not. Somebody or the Ashley, says, I think it's the rare moment she's not lying. I think that goes along with what we were saying, though, is that she became a human for a second because she wasn't self-producing herself. She just was like letting herself be a person, aka not lying.
Yeah.
Again, she would be so much more relatable if she was just like said it straight up. 1925.
And then a little kiss here and there is totally acceptable. Mm-hmm. But when it gets to the point that somebody says get a room, that's probably a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, well, get a better sense of humor because you're not 6 to be saying get a room.
Cody wished for the ability to express more PDA. And I just think it just didn't work for us for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think
a major part of it is that that Janelle has never felt comfortable about her own body, and now you've just brought in this little 10-year younger chickie, and I get it. One of the most relatable things Janelle ever said, because I didn't realize that I did that too, or that other people did it, was when I think it was the Trainer Bill episode when he's telling her how fat she is and how close to death. And she said, I don't even look at myself in a car window. If I pass by, I look away, or I don't look at myself in a window, like a store window. I look away purposely. And I remember that is like the most relatable thing I've ever seen on TV, I think, because I absolutely do that. I make sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Or like, am I worthy of a PDA? Like,
right? So like I can see why she doesn't want to be like overt, like because she doesn't love her body, and I don't think Cody is telling her how beautiful she is all the time. We know he is.
Well, and sometimes I think you're like, okay, well, don't do that because you already know that you're not going to get it. Like she may be like, yeah, I'm not into that because she already knows that she's not going to get any affection from Cody, and you're already comparing the amount that you're going to get to the other 2 wives. Now 3.
Also, she was the only one working for most of those years. 1856.
Him kissing Meri and Christine. Mm-hmm. I remember him kissing Meri and Christine.
And how did that feel?
It didn't bother me.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
I believe it too. I think this whole story with Meri's or Janelle's mom going up to Cody, I feel like that might have been more about like Meri's was being vindictive back then, and it was like over the line. Not like Janelle had a problem with it, but it was probably got to a point where it was like, oh my God, you guys, we're living in a single wide together. I'm right here.
Well, and I know that we've had this conversation before, being like, oh God, would I get jealous, sister wives, whatever. And when I was married before, I was like, I don't think I would. Like, fine, have them. And I do stand by that. Now, I would be horribly jealous. No way that would ever happen. But so like, I do think Janelle is telling the truth. I don't give a shit. But I do think if she were really in love with someone who is also in love with her, I do think her mind would change. I think she's just
that she would be jealous.
She doesn't realize how little into Cody she always.
Well, yeah. Well, I think she said from the beginning she didn't marry as much for love as she did for the fam. Like she did join. She wanted kids.
Yeah.
She wanted someone else to raise her kids while she went to work, which I don't fault her for.
Yeah, she doesn't need that romantic love like that.
It's like, this is a great situation for me. I mean, she still would go back to polygamy, I think. She's like, as Cara Berry always says, the long haul trucker would be the best situation for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
1846.
I knew they were husband and wife. It was not a problem for me.
Janelle's mom pulled me aside and said, hey, knock off the PDA in front of Janelle with Meri. Because Meri was like, eat my face, like Christine's eating David's right there.
Okay, well, yeah, that's absolutely inappropriate to do in front of your new wife.
Meri was doing it, and Janelle did not like it.
No, Janelle, it was like Janelle's mom told me, hey, you better cool this. We might have gotten some bad places as a family because I always envied those families that could actually do the PDA.
Yeah,
that's weird.
When he would be demonstrative and show some PDA,
it was always uncomfortable and awkward. It still is now when I see it with him and Robin. It's like, because I feel like now it's almost like I'm throwing it in your face, and I don't like that.
Okay, wait, pause. That's hint number 1 from Meri.
What?
It's almost like they're throwing it in our face. It's not like it's a natural thing. It's almost like they're throwing it in our face now. So she's like, yeah, I don't care. Like, you're married, whatever. Just don't throw it in my face. So I just think that's hint 1. Okay.
Hint 1 of what?
That something happened with the amount of affection between Cody and Robin, which was the thing that can never be taken back. The rift with the found.
I want to hear more theories on that. God, I hope we find out what that was. 1752.
Love her the best that you can, but don't be a jerk to me about it.
I think if we were just able to kind of accept each other's relationships, it would probably been easier.
Yeah,
like that. So
an emotional intimacy between all of you, the wives.
Yeah, wives with Cody. Yeah.
But why do you feel like you weren't able to?
Robin.
It was family rules or family culture that was already there before I came along. It was like no, affection, and no like sweet talk, and no sweet like looks across the room. It just was like, it was really weird.
You felt
like, it was. And all of the polygamous families that you apparently know, would any of those wives have been like, yay, please make out in front of me, I love it? She's saying it's weird. No, famously, the other wives don't like seeing that.
She was like really weird. Like, I came in, the family was just like really weird. Like, the family culture is more like sweet and like, no. Well, you could have not come into the family then, babe, if it was so weird and you couldn't handle it. It was so weird. Like, no one shows affection. Sure. Like, Robin would have been.
And she's acting all bitchy
so
here about
fine.
like, well, I was told that this is how the family did it, and I just had to bend to the rules. Yeah, exactly. Because you're the one coming into the established family.
Yeah. You're new here. Really you're the new one.
You are. I think if Robin was a good person, she would have left the second she saw that it was affecting everyone's relationship so badly. That's what I think.
Voice or say in the family.
I was told I didn't have a say. I was told that I needed to conform to what they were doing because I was trying really hard not to, rock the boat too. But
can you share who told you that?
I'd just rather not point fingers.
Oh my God, shut up!
Because it was Cody, and Cody wasn't supposed to tell you about what he talked about with the other wives.
Yeah.
So you're gonna rat out Cody.
Big kosher.
And you can't say the other wives because they'll all be like, yeah, okay, liar. We never said that to you.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that. So
it was more respect for each other.
Yeah, exactly. We get it.
See Cody being physically affectionate with one of the wives if your relationship is crap and you're not affectionate at all. And we're just talking maybe just holding hands, the casual brush that you get to do sometimes, things like that. None of it like that. Just none of it. Because if you see that and your marriage is terrible, you don't really want to see that he's being affectionate with somebody. And so there was no way that Cody
they were giving you respect, bitch.
At the same time. And there were several times
they were giving Robin respect.
Like, you know what?
By the way, we've heard this verbatim speech from Christine season 1. Why are we having this conversation again?
She's about to have that baby.
Oh, truly. I hope she never watches this show, but she probably does. 1620.
I think it'd be great if we could be physically affectionate in front of each other, but then it never happened, probably because we realized that emotionally we just weren't there yet. It's kind of an unspoken spoken.
The last time Rob and I showed PDA
Here we go.
family, we got kicked out.
You got kicked out?
Kicked out.
I'm not going there. Yeah, they with us bad. And boy, it cost me dearly.
It cost me dearly. First of all, I'm going to say, I guarantee that we were kicked out meant that someone called you out and confronted you, and then you and Robin didn't feel safe. So you saw.
So we're going to ask you to leave if you're going to do that. We were kicked out. It cost me dearly. I just think like everything he's saying lines up with everything that they've said, that something happened that is unforgivable or it can't be taken back. Like,
well, we're in agreement on that. The only thing that I'm arguing with you is that I think it was at the military funeral and not the burial.
I don't know when it happened.
There's that military one, because there's so much drama surrounding that military funeral, and it pissed me off personally when I saw that his hand was on her. I don't think it was necessarily that, but the hand on the thigh, I remember, did irritate me a lot when that came out, and that was even back in the day. Soon after Garrison had passed, when I was still trying to be kind of a good person and like let them off the hook a bit, but I was secretly pissed.
Like, do you think they were like fucking or something? Like, what? Again, it has to be more than the hand. Like something. Like were they like sobbing and like bawling into each other? Like something.
Tony and McKelty said that it was something. Robin said something. I mean, both things could be true.
Huh.
There's something
I don't know.
Robin
This
said.
just seems, because he's like, man, and it cost me dearly. It just sounds very recent and current. And especially because he said not until Meri and Janelle are remarried will I do that. And Meri just got done saying that thing.
Which is also a weird thing to say, because what's that gonna... They still don't want to see you fucking Robin.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Ew, was he like fingering her or something? Like, oh.
I just don't believe that... to have that...
They're weird, though. They are weird like that.
Weird, but like the times in my life where I've been that passionate, where I need to be overtly making out with someone, like I can't resist this person. It's in the beginning of a relationship. It's not 15 years into a relationship at a funeral. Like, so like,
right, but this is a new novelty for them. That like,
now
that's
a good
they're
point.
Like they're basically
they
Meghan Markle and Harry, right? Like, oh,
they're evil.
They've been casted aside from their family, you know.
Because it just doesn't track to me that a couple that's been married this long that just seem miserable at all times would even like get to the point where they'd have to be spoken to. It might be that hand in that thigh.
I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's do this.
1553.
Explain. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's a story that just cannot be told.
No.
Yeah. It's just there's something so vitally detrimental to your life. You're just not going to talk about it.
Is it recent or is it?
Let's just not talk about it.
Okay. It's that traumatizing?
Until Meri and Janelle are remarried, I will not show PDA to Robin in front of them.
Just in public when they're not around, or because you feel comfortable with?
No, it's where we are safe, we behave candidly, and where we are not, we have learned to be careful, because when true love is exposed, it calls down wrath. And it's like the world hates true love so much.
That is just what that's their story that they tell themselves. They're just jealous and they hate love.
When true love is exposed. You know what? That's it. Last summer, you know what? When my ex was suing me, it was because he hates true love. This was all about, the glory of love. They hate true
Yeah,
love.
the reason that they don't like watching you make out with your wife at your son's funeral is because they hate love.
We hate true love.
Yeah. Go, true love.
I just want to take
Isn't
love and I want to.
That's this actually, I feel like he is telling us more than he thinks here, because I think that is the ultimate story that they live and die on, is they're jealous.
Love.
They hate true love. They hate seeing it.
The drama of this, like the drama of their love, that's why it's so hot and spicy. You asked how it's hot. This is why. It's the whole world against you. They don't understand true love.
1454.
That they want to be really, really crappy about it. So it's been a painful.
They've been really crappy about my love.
Not
That's
from the person I fell in love with, but from the world outside of it.
Yeah.
I mean, Meri wanted to fit in and belong and be part of whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 1415. And we're talking to Meri.
Relationships years where you guys were drifting apart, then you came back together.
I think for me, like, my relationship at the very beginning with Robin was really close. Like,
really close.
She was a good friend, and then it did drift apart, and we were always.
See, that's another thing. Meri doesn't realize that was all fake. Like, she kind of is mad, but like she's still not getting the bigger picture of the whole thing. Is that no, she was not your friend.
Yeah, Robin was never your friend. Nope.
You don't see how diabolical the two of them are? The divorce thing? You got divorced for her.
Oh my God. Like, just admit. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you were duped.
No.
Like, there's
We
nothing
still will blame them.
Yes, exactly.
1355.
About having conversations and trying to figure things out. And so we were working on like building that relationship again. And then
were you?
Once we moved to Flagstaff and COVID happened and everything, it just never got back.
I want us to watch this clip and then I want your reaction as to where you stand with Robin today.
Okay.
Robin told me she's going to drop off something to say goodbye to Meri, and I know she's not well about this. It's a heartbreak of extreme proportions that I don't understand.
I love that Christine's like, okay, like, sure, Jan.
Keep Christine's mic hot during the clips just in case she says something.
Wait. Robin was sad that Christine was
about Meri? About Meri?
Wait, Robin was
about Meri Brown?
Okay.
That's because it was just so candid, Christine. There. Wait. She like genuinely didn't.
Robin here.
Yeah.
God,
little does she know that the action of handing
rowdy.
over this little junk journal is about to open a Pandora's box of her Etsy account. She had no idea was coming.
Literally opening it because she opens the gift for Meri. Which is another insanely wild move.
Meri's like, yeah, it's too bad.
Can you leave?
Oh, I forgot that Meri's wearing a shirt during that says, I saw that. Karma. I saw that.
And she's just
favorite ex-wife! My favorite ex-wife! Oh, God.
But in this scene, because she just talked to Jen, Meri's gonna be like,
yes, it's like once she gets with Jen, she can act like how she's supposed to. But then the second Cody or Robin kind of get a piece of her, she's like, I don't know. I think it was everyone. No one can trust anyone around here.
Oh, I mean, she's like flipping like orgasming all over the U-Haul as soon as Robin leaves. Cody.
Robin walked up right as that was kind of starting to wind down. So Meri was on a high.
She got the alert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, look at Robin's looking down, not watching the clips.
Yeah, I can't watch it.
Sure.
Good wishes.
I
Good
love
wishes.
This is like Cara Berry's Robin voice is it's like a different than the rest of us do because she goes more just Like just always wording. I don't know. I don't know. I just thought.
Yeah. Oh, good wishes. Good wishes.
When we have Kara on next week, let's be like, just go do some Robin
Yeah.
for us. Just talk as Robin.
Good wishes. Good wishes too. You're the woman, you just stole her family.
Yeah.
Good
Oh my
wishes.
God. 12:58.
Can I tell you that I love you? I love you too. I'm sorry that this worked out this way. Yeah, that's kind of sucky.
Yeah, it's kind of
I know
sucky.
that Robin is broken about this, and that's something she's gonna have to process through herself. She's very emotional. And
Okay, Mel Robbins.
I don't want to be emotional. I've had a lot of emotions, and I keep my emotions guarded.
It's a lot.
Do you though? Because
yeah, you don't.
Basically,
I'm gonna read you like a book.
and I feel like that was like the one that was most welcoming.
But I think as time has gone on, when you needed her the most, she wasn't always there.
I quit calling her and texting her because I was the only one doing it. It wasn't meant to be mean. It was just.
Oh, Robin's not
I
looking.
need this to be reciprocal if it's going to be a relationship, and it wasn't.
Why do you think it was so hard for Robin to see you leaving at that moment?
It wasn't
All the
hard.
tears and all that emotion.
I think that she realized
No.
what she was wanting. And
So she was faking it, Meri. Be truthful. Worthy up, Meri. Say your truth. She's fake.
Kind of like the last one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that she had been fighting for me.
God,
for
you
so
really
long
think
in
that?
her own
No,
way.
she wasn't. Wake up. Come on.
It's over. You know, I think it was a hard moment.
And she was reciprocating as much as she could.
I don't know if she was. I didn't feel like she was with me.
All right, thank you.
Well, then why didn't you just say that when Suki asked you originally?
The same. Like that her and I could still have a relationship. And then
Well, yeah, it technically was going to be the same because as it was, you didn't hang out ever. So yeah, it was
keeping
gonna
the
be
same relationship you had.
Yeah,
exactly.
so-
Fine.
after she
You get
moved,
that.
I was calling her and saying, "Hey, when you're in town, like, let's get together, let's go have fun." Okay. And it was like I
Fun?
wasn't saying
What's Robin doing for fun?
You know, I was just kind of pushing against it, kind of asking, and then finally she said to me, she was like, "I don't know how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife." So I've just been sort of giving her space. And
yeah.
maybe
It's nice of
you
you.
know, in time she'll be able to.
Cool. Go
Yeah.
away. Bye.
So I've just been patient. I mean, Meri wanted to fit in and belong and be part of a family, and she was hoping for so long that everything would be okay because she was being told by Robin.
Yeah.
He still says he loves you. That's bull. Whatever. You know, and it's like, why are you leading her on like that? I
Thank
feel
you,
like just Robin
Christine.
let her on all
God.
the time. I'm so glad that Meri came. Like, she understood all of it. I love that. Her friends are just incredible.
Love this.
Jen is so freaking cool, just saying, she wasn't there when you needed her. That's not a good friend. Anyway, that was cool. It was good.
It may not.
That was very gracious of Christine. And I hope Meri sees that and sees, hey, we are all on the same side, actually. How much more can these women do to prove to you that you're on the same side?
Yeah. But like, well, why doesn't Suki call Robin on that and be like, Robin, did you see Meri before she moved a lot?
She has kind
between
of
COVID, but
between
between that, I don't know, or even Meri. Like, why didn't you ask Robin if she really wanted you coming around? Have you asked Robin? Now that you know,
she asked Robin here, like, do you want to have a good relationship? And Robin goes, no, sure. Ah, nice. Best friends, these two. Oh,
yeah. This is what I want to know. What does Robin do for fun? You know, like when you come back, let's just have fun. Just fun.
Fun. Like, what does Robin do for it?
Like we could go make bracelets, or we could go to like a bead store.
I know it. I think buying stuff, like clicking the buy now, is the most exhilarating moment of every day.
But she doesn't want Meri spending as much as she does, and she doesn't want Meri knowing how much she spent.
No, I think she wants Meri knowing how much she spent.
I
think she likes when they like knowing that we know
lunch
how rich they are.
A nice lunch. And Robin will like just get something small, but she's definitely going back because she put some things on hold.
Oh yeah. I think shopping, she does find true joy in shopping, but it's more the spending of the money, not the actual using of the product afterward. That's redundant.
No.
We're at 10:03. Rides horses. She doesn't like animals though. Plays tea party with her dollies. She does dress up her dollies. She
does. Investments.
Investments, of course.
Have been fair to Meri, but Robin was always telling me to work out the relationship with her. I remember specifically saying,
"For the money,
I'm
yes."
the only one in love with Robin.
Yeah,
because Meri and Robin had
a friendship.
Yeah,
a deep love.
The breakup.
A deep love,
one of the biggest
Jody.
tragedies about our breakup
didn't.
is, like Jen saying that Robin is a boring.
Jen.
But
She
Jen's
hates
jealous.
Jen.
She wants to be Mary's best friend.
She is Mary's best friend.
We've had this our whole life. Everyone wants to be Mary's best friend. She just wants to be Mary's best friend. But I was Mary's best friend first, and then Robin was, and then she just wants to be Robin. She's jealous of Robin.
Jen, if you're listening, you have all of my adoration for being clearly Cody's most hated person on earth. Because the way he says her name, Jen, like, good for you, girl. Like, he fucking hates you. You are like the super boss.
It's funny. I've never seen on this series, although they swear it to be true, that people have been like knocking down their door to be best friends
with Meri.
Okay. Sure.
Jen seems to actually want to. Well, the Jen is. She could also be a huge thirst bucket because she's on the show. Got salty birches. They have that podcast coming. They open those microphones that one time. Okay. 9:36.
Never want Meri to have a relationship with Robin because Robin's a threat to her. Because Robin's safe.
Crazy.
Robin's safe for Meri too. Meri just doesn't.
What a crazy thing to say.
Because Robin's Mary's ex-husband's wife.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the relationship as something that was really hard to watch because I felt like there was so much of the time where Robin was just manipulating Meri.
Yes,
thank
you.
You said that. Did you really mean this? Blah blah blah.
Yes, thank you.
Like, no, I don't think so. She was just kind of put words in Mary's mouth.
Yes.
It was the weirdest thing to watch. They were weird to watch to me. I didn't get that.
Help me understand that. I don't
know how to even. Sometimes there's these guidelines and stuff, and if Meri would fit in the guidelines where Robin wanted her to fit, please stay in the family and stay here. Your relationship is important to me. I love it that you're here and everything like that. Just keep staying on and keep holding on and keep holding on. Was that what made Robin a good sister wife? Was because she was telling Meri to hang on, hang on, hang on?
Yes.
I'd be why are you still in that relationship? Go. That's ridiculous.
Do you want to be a better friend?
By the way, someone up here said. D says, will the podcast just be them laughing hysterically? I will pass. I can absolutely guarantee you that they will leave in the bloopers at the top where they're like, it's my mic on. It's my mic on. Turn up the gain. This is actually us before we record. Gain.
That was fun. We should do this again. Scene. He's so funny.
All right, here we go. Here's Robin's weird answer to, do you want to be a better friend to Meri?
Meri. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, if there's anything that I can fix with her, I want to fix it. So but it has to I feel the same way that she's not reciprocating either. So I'm kind of I think it's just a matter of the both of us kind of really putting the same kind of effort in, and it hasn't been the same.
It's the exact same, but okay.
In that clip with Robin, it's okay, you are having this pain about me leaving. That's a you thing. That's yours to carry. That's not mine.
Oh God.
So
the self-help.
I was trying to take the blame. I was trying to, it's my fault. I need to fix it. And I needed to really learn to let that go.
It feels very
you also stirred up shit too and walked away.
It's just because I don't feel icy. I just don't feel like there's.
Also, she's the opposite of icy. She's practically singing Cody and Robin's praises at this point in this interview.
Yeah. But, no. Meri is jagged. She brings an energy into the room. Sorry, Meri, but you do. I know you're a different person now, but she's definitely not the person she thinks she is now.
Oh, no. She could get there though. I think she's definitely way better.
Okay.
Like way better.
Yeah.
There's joy in her life, I think.
Sure. There's Jen in her life.
I had that same thought, and then my mind immediately went to, God, what if Jen gets over
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Jen.
What happens if Jen leaves Meri? She fully regresses, right? Fully.
Well, then Meri goes back.
2 Flagstaff.
Then she's friends with Robin. No, then she goes to her next friend. Joelle. Yeah.
Free falling.
Free falling. Right.
7:36.
It's there, which is really just, it's unfortunate, but it's just not there.
Coming up, because Christine says it to me, she's like, oh my gosh, David put my luggage on the rack. It's simple.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my God.
This is so stupid.
Okay, sorry.
We're seeing a lot.
I'm at 7:08. I'm going to try to just let this play because I hate this so much, except we will stop when Robin gives her insane facial expression.
Also, when Cody doesn't know what a luggage rack is.
Oh, it's really it's an amazing moment of cinema.
Moving together, the two of them have a beautiful wedding, and now we're sitting down. It's almost a year to their anniversary.
Yes.
And when someone remarries, comparisons happen between life partners and partners in the past and exes. And the real question is there a difference between David and the relationship she has and Cody? But let's revisit that and let's take a look at this.
It's a waste of a question. That was a waste of a question. Is it different with David and Cody? David treats her like a human being that he loves.
Yeah.
Just human being.
Are you happy for Christine and David? Do you like him?
I was like, oh my God, it's been a year and a half. Do I still need to go on and on about this? But let's watch the clip.
There were so many times in my marriage with Cody where it was like you had to always look nice. It mattered to him so much. It almost became more important than anything else. We'd go camping, and Janelle and I would be sitting there busting our butts, getting breakfast
not happy.
cleaning up the mess.
Yeah,
and honestly, Robin would be doing our makeup forever and doing our kids' hair. And then Cody would sit there and praise how they looked when we'd been sweating and slaving over the freaking food and cleaning up the campsite. I think it's probably
Janelle's nodding and smiling.
Yeah, Janelle's loving this.
What we do instead when we go, you're actually out there helping cook the food. Yeah. Their favorite thing about each other that he puts your luggage.
I feel like Janelle took a caffeine pill or something at this party because she was like really
Janelle's first adult wedding shower where she knows the bride like a friend. Yeah. She's like, oh my God,
I have to tell you this story. She's so cute. She looks great.
And Christine had to play it up and make it more interesting for David.
Yeah,
but it was really funny. Cute. It was really funny.
This is a great look for Janelle at this party, by the way, because we did her color chart for her. Janelle looks good in every color, but she's also kind of got a tan, and her hair just got dude. So that's great. She's just so happy and giddy. Oh, there's a luggage rack story. What about that?
On the luggage rack in the hotel room. Yes. Yes. I don't know, David, has she told you? No. That used to be a thing.
No.
So when I used to go somewhere with Cody, you don't set his suitcase up, usually on the luggage rack, and then I just
Mary's not happy about this story.
The first time he did it with me was our honeymoon, and he took out the
Mary's
rack
watching like this.
And I'm like, well, that's bizarre. I thought that he would have given me the luggage rack. But then Janelle, one of the times she mentioned it to me, and she's like, we're talking years down the road. She goes, why is it he always just uses the luggage rack and I don't? I'm like, right, that's crazy. I called her when we were on our trip, and I'm like, guess what David just did?
I don't like the way she's saying that.
Yeah, he's a gentleman. So that was funny because Christine says that to me. She's like, oh my gosh, David put my luggage on the rack. And we're like, oh, wow, that means something. It's a symbolic thing, right? It's like that he took care of his luggage.
It just kind of flashed to Suki for a second, and Janelle was almost waiting Suki to react, and Suki looked at her like, I got nothing. I don't really care about this luggage rack.
No,
so Janelle just keeps talking.
Funny.
Also, I keep reading upon first glance, I keep reading Janelle's white pants or capris. And the first time you look at them, they look like they're those 80s tights with the little lace cuff at the bottom. But they're not. They're white jeans with like a cuff. But every time I look at it, I think that she's just rocking. And she's like, "Oh, I'll just wear the white tights. It's fine. We'll be sitting for so long."
All right. So let's figure this out.
Like your needs weren't being met. I just think
it's just a token of who he is and how he thinks.
So Cody first.
Well, maybe he puts Robin's luggage on the rack. I have no idea. They're such soulmates. He might put her luggage there.
Christine will spend the rest of her life comparing herself to Robin, and that's a tragedy.
Fuck you.
Do you get the luggage
And
rack?
I've got to say that when Christine and I went on our honeymoon, there was no luggage rack. It was in a sedan. There was no luggage rack.
You guys slept in the floor sedan?
No, there was no luggage rack.
No, Suki.
In a hotel room we're talking about.
She's talking about it.
No, we're talking about in a hotel room when you got out of the sedan.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, I absolutely always took the luggage.
No, Suki. We slept in a motel. Ever heard of it?
He's talking
thing
slow
with
for
the
us women.
luggage rack. Like, I don't know why these crazy bitches are even talking about. Like, do they know it's on top of a car? Like,
and then he's not going to have an answer for that, so he's just going to go, comparison is the thief of joy. Or something. It's not even a comparison, right?
Yeah.
It's going to eat him up.
People hate true love.
402.
And your honeymoon.
See, he's realizing there. Oh, yeah, I do.
Who got the luggage rack?
He takes it every time.
Yeah.
The realization, he's like,
fuck. But I don't even remember.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Because he takes it every time.
I hope they find happiness because
that's his answer.
Not an answer, Cody.
And I'm not gonna. I mean, what do you want to ask me?
Robin gets the luggage rack.
I want to ask you if you take the luggage rack.
Suki's negative. She's like, well, so Robin gets the luggage rack. Be for real. Robin gets the luggage rack. All right, here we go. Let's ask Robin.
Lies.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, the question I'm going to ask you is, do you get the luggage rack? Yes, I do. You do get the luggage
Liar.
rack.
That's a lie.
You get the luggage rack? Gosh, this is so stupid.
Bone-chilling facial
It's
expression.
fake. It's so fake.
Yeah, I actually agree with you because she answered it really quickly too. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. And like
she
can't wait to run home and tell like Brianna that she came out with some like real funny jokes. This comeback. I said, yes, I do.
Or she's gonna run up to Cody and be like, Cody, I said that I always get the luggage rack, and Cody's gonna go, oh, I didn't say that.
You know why? Because if she always did actually get the luggage rack, she would have been like, you know, what's funny? I remember them talking about that. And I was so surprised because he always just like let me have it. I didn't even like think about it. This wouldn't have been like I do, like a sick burn moment. She's
It's
not that quick.
Crazy choice to go with uppity and smug. It's just a real, especially given, but then I guess I have been saying if she would just be for real, then maybe I should like this.
She's never gotten it. Cody always gets it. And she's too stupid to see that like that is a dick move, but she can't admit it. She can't admit that she's like the other three bitches that never got it.
That's a good point too.
She has to be the best one.
Indeed.
And he absolutely takes it. And that's why he has no answer, because he's thinking, he's like,
he goes,
wait, that means I not only steal it from Robin, I steal the Constitution
of Independence.
Declaration of Independence. Okay, let's see. Liar.
This Daphne that keeps writing in the chat, I know that you're not my mom, but like if you could look at my mom's Facebook profile picture, it looks exactly like your thumbnail, like from afar. It's like my mom in a neon green like shirt, standing kind of in like whatever. So every time Daphne jumps up here, I'm like, "What are you doing here, mom?" Okay, 3:15.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Did you not know that it was a pet peeve of theirs?
No, I had no idea.
That face, her facial muscles don't know how to smile.
You get the luggage rack.
I don't know. Maybe I put my luggage up there first. I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
See, but don't you think that's
what I mean? She's a liar.
You don't think she even puts? I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I think I just like put it there first. No, it's because she's never put it up there first. You think Cody's gonna send her into the room first? He's gonna be like, "Let me go inside first and do a sweep for bombs." Like,
I mean, again, I just throw mine. When you just throw
Areola's running in there first.
So when you just throw all your luggage on the second bed, though, this luggage rack thing has just been so blown out of proportion. I just don't care. That's what the second bed is for.
I think she's throwing it on the floor.
I sometimes just put it on myself. It's not like
Liar.
a big thing.
In every relationship, there's funny quirks, there's weird things that people do.
So I don't feel like that it's fair to sit there and complain. I don't want to complain.
I don't want you to complain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Did you put your suitcase on it?
Yeah, but Suki, you need to understand that, like,
I'm never gonna have a sliding door, Cody.
That was a
French
lot.
doors. I need
was
a
a
wet
lot of-
bar.
Let's compare David to Cody, and I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that.
Bullshit. Okay, sorry. Really quickly, pause. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
please.
That's absolute bullshit. Yes, you do. You talk about Cody all the time to Jen. Number one, Christine is on the show with David. They're getting paid to talk about Cody. That's what they're getting paid to be on the show. This is a show called Sister Wives.
Also, I don't think it's crazy at all. I think I think it's more of a red flag if I was dating someone who refused to ever bring up his ex. Because I'd like to know what things have informed you as a person. Like, Christine should be telling him this, especially if she like maybe has a weird reaction to something. I think it's important to be like, hey, my last relationship was completely fucked up.
She's on this show for a reason. Like, she was a sister wife married to Cody. That's what the show is about. I'm sure they actually don't talk about him every single day, but they have to.
And she's such a hypocrite because, again, when we see Meri dating, she's going to bring the name Cody is never going to leave her mouth.
That's all she and Jen talk about is Cody. They were cutting up the quilt to send his shit back to him.
Oh yeah,
like that. You're the only one that thinks
the whole
about
storyline
Cody.
is you and Jen bitching about Cody and sometimes Robin.
Yes.
Watching that, because I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
But watching that, I just felt like, why the hell is Christine sitting there talking to her fiance or husband or I don't know?
Mary's the cool girl. She would never do that with a guy.
And also, because that's her husband / fiance, she's telling him stuff about her life and trauma.
Yeah. Meri, give us advice on relationships, please.
They're like, I don't understand that. I would know, but that's just me. We're different.
Oh yeah, that's just me. I would never think about bringing Cody's name. Yeah, okay.
That's just me. It would be completely inappropriate to talk about certain things with your partner, right, Meri?
God.
Banana down the throat. Okay.
It's not down the throat. When people say that, it's you're giving her too much credit.
She wishes.
Yeah.
You're right.
154.
Oh, I just want to tell you something. Robin gets the luggage rack.
Okay. That's the cliffhanger, which means, first of all, they think we give a shit. Second of all, we get to hear about it again at the top of the next episode. We get to see Christine's reaction. Also, yeah, no shit. And also, no, she doesn't.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. And also, no one cares. Good. Let her put her Daisy Fuentes for Cole's edition blouses up on the luggage rack. Have at it, babe.
Let's see. Do you want to see what? I mean, I forget who I was listening to. Maybe pop psych therapist or like whoever it was like, there better be something in this 4th episode that warrants 4 parts. I don't think there's gonna be, but let's see what they have coming up for us here, because we still have to have Janelle saying, "I'm not asexual."
I swear I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
Next time on Sister Wives 1-on-1. Do you agree with Christine? Was it about looks that were important for Cody?
Cody was always very focused on that you were cleaned up and put together.
I think this is all very trite. I think they're having fun doing this.
I think they're having fun doing it too.
Is Janelle and Christine are both divorced from me.
Yeah, Meri.
Still all they do is talk about me.
You never talked about them, though.
Because you're on the show being paid to talk about you.
Things that I'm like, huh? What? I'm not even tracking it.
And you just people are like talking, and I'm like, huh? What? Like what? Like who?
Like
what?
not even tracking it, I guess.
Like,
okay.
Okay. Are you finished with that thought?
I'm not going to entertain that because.
Ever have any regrets about introducing Robin to Cody?
I didn't introduce Robin to Cody.
Yeah, no one thinks she introduced them.
Laid eyes on her. We locked eyes, and I
looks maniacal.
You felt a lightning bolt
Did
through
you
your
have that
fucking
feeling
chest.
with other wives?
no.
Did you have an experience like that with Cody, where he locked eyes with you, and
Yes, I like that Suki's coming to the wives and saying, "So you all felt that too, though, right?" It was exactly.
Yeah, like you guys had that same conversation that Robin thinks is unique between the two of them.
I love that. I love that.
They're like, yeah, obviously, like when we were having our honeymoon period when they were 2.
And then circumstances changed, and now we have a little bit of money, and Robin's 10 years younger, and I guess conventionally pretty. So yeah, but yes, we all did as well.
Yeah, how's she aging?
How Meri and Robin were both safe spaces, but the 2 others were.
From the very beginning, Robin laid me down in a rose garden of trust. Immediately.
Slap in the face. Really? Come on. So you're just bringing that up just to... She's better than you.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you the bigger question. Would you do it all over again? Marrying these women and living a plural life. Would you do it all again?
He's actually, the obvious answer would be yes, of course I would.
I don't know how to answer that.
There are some things better left unsaid. The obvious answer should be, of course I would do it again in a heartbeat because I love my children so much. But he's really thinking about it here. He is the thinker at this moment. Well, I don't really like those kids that much. They trash talk me.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the episode.
Well, that does it. But anyway, we're going to be next week at noon Central with Cara Berry. And then every Monday at noon, we'll be doing that week's hot topics, and check out our Patreon and Total Request podcast. Check out Pod in the City. All the links are at the bottom of the page. Amanda, what else? Anything
That's
else?
everything. It's been a high anxiety weekend, but you know what? I always have fun when I'm here with you guys. I thank you all for,
smash that like, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. And
that's it. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. They changed the order of all of the media things here.
Oh, good.
All right. Great. Thank you, StreamYard. All right. We love you guys so much. And you know what? You are all adults. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast, that's patreon.com/trpod, and We Love to Hate TV, patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.